Hello, little ones. Would you like to hear a story? I've got one for you. Of dungeons and douchebags. Long ago, the land of Irion was governed by many majestic empires. The humans of the plains, the elves of the forest, the Oreads of the mountains, the Merrow of the oceans, and the kobolds and Okiti taking what was left. But, as is so common amongst all with darkness in their hearts, those who had power would not be satisfied until they had more. War broke out, alliances being made and broken in a second, as the once civilized races slew each other in droves in vain attempts to get one more seat of power. The kobolds, on the brink of annihilation, sought out a new draconic god who would protect them. Instead, they found Jogotha. A powerful and terrible dragon, Jogotha cared not for the suffering of those around him. Taking advantage of the warring continent, Jogotha razed Irion to the ground, seeking to carve a mighty empire in his name. A last desperate alliance stood firm against Jogotha, and after a terrible battle, the dragon was finally slain. With Irion torn apart, and no one in any shape to continue the war, an armistice was reached, and the Great War ended. Now, many years later, Irion has started to rebuild, and the age of clockwork has begun. And our unlikely heroes, gathered first to celebrate a harvest festival, may soon find themselves at the center of another war. Trevlon, the halfling bard.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery right after I've had this little nap.
Corellian, the kobold paladin.
You must understand, I will do whatever it takes.
Malifane, the half-elf rogue.
You have me rather curious. Tell me something about you.
Thavagoth, the Goliath barbarian.
With victory comes honor. And goes.
And Momo, the Arakakra cleric.
You seem tense. Let me help you.
From humble beginnings, these brave adventurers may soon find themselves the key to saving the fallen empires. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. That is the chat. That is not the window I was hoping for. God damn it, OBS.
Aces.
Perfect.
Slow clap.
Perfect.
There we go. Fucking hell.
It's not internet remix without technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties, please stand by. Why is there these dots here? I don't even know. It's been 10 seconds and we've already fucked up.
Yeah!
So we so much as
Well, alright, you know what? You're all gonna die in the first combat now. It has been decided.
I'm ready.
you too.
Please no.
Alright. Welcome one and all to Fallen Empires, Dungeons and Douchebags. I am your dungeon master, Alex Beckham, and this setting has been in my head for almost 2 years, so I am excited to play a game and share it with you all. With me today, we have our motley crew of players. We've got Gentleman Walrus as Trevlon Bluequill.
Yes!
We've got Scott Ornstein as Malifane, and Lithos, is that how you pronounce the last name?
Yes.
Yes, awesome, great. Because I remember it was an issue to pronounce Malifane, because I was like, Malifine! I before E, except after C, unless he's an elf!
It's an I before E always.
Phil is playing as Thavagoth, but he is currently going through technical difficulties of his own, so he is just here in spirit, silently watching us, judging us.
I miss him.
Mm-hmm.
I miss him too.
Yeah.
He'll be alright.
We've got Jojo playing Momo Sansvol, the Arakakra, who is a little different from other Arakakra characters because it is small rather than medium size.
He's a budgie.
He's a budgie, he's a tiny burb.
He's a budgie. He's a small.
And last but not least, we have Atlas playing as Corellian Velez.
Yes.
Yes. That's your cue.
Sorry.
Yes.
I don't have a pithy intro. I'm sorry.
How dare you?
I know.
You're banned.
Banned
Well
out of
then.
this church.
Goodbye.
Out of my holy church!
Dip out of here.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you are the cleric, so it is apt.
It's the cleric telling the paladin to get
Yes,
out of your
it is my
church.
holy server.
All right. So, our story takes place in the land of Irion. It is one of the newer lands in the 10 realms. In fact, I'd say it's like bottom 3 in terms of age. And the most notable thing people know Irion for is they almost tore each other apart fighting over land. And no one's really sure why. Other than, hey, I want to be the conquering guy here, when previously relations were just fine. So, most places across the seas look at Irion with suspicion, and those in Irion grow up to be rough and tumble. However, because of the recent wars, and because Irion is one of the world's leaders in discovering new clockwork technologies, there are several people who are either immigrating to or visiting Irion in search of fame, fortune, and riches and glory. Several of them dock at Port Mirandu, the main human settlement in Irion. It's a bustling city, probably the most rough and tumble, mostly settled by humans, but there is a good hodgepodge of races around there. Like, halflings live there, a couple of gnomes. Notably, there's also the Okiti, which no one really likes, but they all tolerate because rat men. And on this day, in particularly, we have a beer and wine festival that's taking place in Port Mirandu. Now, what it's supposed to be is a sharing of culture between all the various cultures of Irion through sharing of food, wine, beverages, and all that. What it usually ends up being is a whole lot of people getting very, very drunk. Now, we have a simple map of the little area in which this takes place.
Oh.
It's a festival, you see. Now, it takes place in a large public park known as the Flying Snake Park, named after flying snakes. In the park, it's mostly in one particular section of the park. The rest of it is walled off. The explanation given to people is it's a deer park. The nobles want that reserved so they can go hunt deer whenever. And throughout the festival, a whole lot of people are milling about, talking to one another, and all in all, drinking a whole hell of a lot as I pull up the music for the beer garden.
Oh my.
Hey!
It is
I
here.
hear noises.
It is here where we find our adventurers. Now, Trevlon, you
Hi. Yes.
work for the Journalism Guild.
Yes.
It is a relatively esoteric guild, found mostly in Irion, though it's starting to spread to other places. You happen to work on the Irion beat and not go overseas. What you do exactly is basically up to whatever the boss tells you to, because it's a pretty small guild, and we don't have enough people in the guild to dedicate to, okay, here's the war correspondent, here's the weather guy, here's the sports correspondent. So on today's particular week, I say, never mind. You are... I don't know why there's a car there. There shouldn't be
There's
a
just a car.
Surprise! It's a car! I guess technology really has advanced.
Suddenly it drives right into the chicken coop and they all go scattering.
You happen to be assigned to basically a fluff piece, walking around the festival and then reporting on what's there, so you can make people who read the newspaper be jealous. Like, oh man, I wish I was there. having beer and wine and seeing like the fighting pit or going to the merchant's alley.
Yes.
Yeah. So other than that, you have basically been given free reign as to where you want to start your reporting. So, Trevlon, where do you want to start?
Right. So we have a large dance area and a bar and a beer garden. Trevlon is slightly tempted by the fighting pit over yonder, but I suppose he thinks that perhaps it might not be the wisest idea to try and document with quill and paper whilst not getting his head basically bashed in. So he thinks he believes that simply being by the tables and basically documenting the fun times around him that would be a fine place to start. Despite the fact, he'd rather be reporting on bigger things, but right now I guess this is what he's got to deal with. So he's going to start small and just document the scenario from the beer garden itself.
So, like, in the middle of the beer garden?
Yeah.
Got it, yeah. The beer garden itself is the main attraction, basically. It's this huge tent. Thank you for the follow and thank you for the bits, by the way, thank you. Huge tent, and it's got these long picnic tables in the middle, and there are smaller round tables around the edges. Trevlon, you have managed to get yourself a spot at one of the picnic tables. So that is right in the middle of the action because it's communal seating there. Basically, everyone who can fit crammed onto the table is there on the table, drinking, laughing, having a good time.
Yes.
At the other end of this beer garden, on the stage, there's a band playing, and they're playing a little jaunty tune, like not a bawdy drinking song. It's more like mood music at this point.
Right.
Now, there's room in front of that stage for dancing, but you are sitting down, and you'd have to kind of like scoot yourself out to get out of the dancing area. And there are lanterns set up all around the beer garden that are providing light. Someone walks up, hands you a menu about the various refreshments that are on sale. There is meat on a stick, a slice of apple pie, sausage and baked potato, a pint of ale, pint of grog, a cup of mead, and a bottle of elven wine on sale at this particular point.
Oh.
Oh my gosh, that's a very, very pleasant menu, and Trevlon is pleased by the hearty size of it. I think Trevlon will go for a baked potato and a pint of mead to satiate his wants for now.
Great. Well, the sausage and baked potato meal is 5 silver, and then a cup of mead is also 5 silver, so that's 10 silver in total.
Right. How much silver do I actually have on me? That's a very good question.
According to the character sheet, you should have 15 gold, and I believe it is 10 silver is 1 gold.
Right. So I'd just be paying a gold. That seems very fair. Righto. I shall do this then.
Great. You hand over the gold first, which is appreciated very much by the server, and they go over to the bar. And as you follow them with your gaze over to the bar, you see something very strange. Now, Momo. A lot of people have been giving you very, very strange looks as you have arrived here in Irion. Now, you aren't entirely surprised. The priest who took you in did say that in Irion, Aarakocra, like yourself, have been extinct for a very, very long time.
Oh boy.
And you're probably the first one they have seen in a while.
Oh.
So,
Oh my god, I'm feeling his anxiety.
yeah. So there you are, in the middle of the beer garden, at the bar, going to order some mead for your master. Well, master is not really the nicest term. He is a priest of your religion, and he has told you, hey, can you go and get me some wine? I'm gonna go preach to some people, basically, about the glory of Malil, god of song. So
And poetry.
poetry. So there you are, right in the middle of the bar, and you get the feeling that there's someone around your size watching you, which is new because most people are twice that at least. Or, like, let's be fair, maybe a little bit smaller. And yes, Trevlon, you have also never seen an Aarakocra, and here one is standing, ordering some wine.
That is a story, if I have ever seen one.
Yes, indeed. What do you do?
Oh God! Right, initiative. Here we go. Right. Trevlon, being the man who's always keen for an interesting story, thinks in his head that it might be a very fun idea to perhaps try and interview this Akokra and see what their view is of this land, because it must be slightly strange being what is basically an outsider in this place. So
right.
I think that would be an interesting idea. So, Trevlon, wait, actually, first off, has the food arrived yet?
No, they're still heating up the sausage and baked potato.
I don't want to leave that.
All right, you wait for 30 seconds.
I'm gonna wait for that. I'm gonna wait for that.
They come out with a sausage and baked potato, and then the
Nice!
cup of mead.
Yes. Right. Okay. Now that I have the necessary fuel for this expedition, I decide to roll up I pocket my quill, I roll up the piece of parchment I was writing on, and I take my food and my beverage into my hand, and I begin to sort of saunter near the bar to see if I can start a conversation with this Akokra.
All right. Okay, so as Trevlon gets over to the bar, as I drag Trevlon over to the bar,
Yes.
zoop.
Yeah.
Noom.
Noom, there you go. Momo, the bartender, readies your bottle of wine and hands it over to you.
Oh goodness, this is a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
I imagine a lot of things seem big for you, little bird. Yeah, that's the word. The bird's the word.
God damn it.
You've heard that joke so many times.
Oh dear.
Very, very
Please get
good.
straight to me.
All right, so you now have the wine, and then you turn, and you see this very tired-looking halfling looking right at you with a more keen interest than the just confusion that most people have had staring at you.
Hello?
Hi. Sorry about being slightly, well, I must admit I am being rather rude just sauntering over here and just, allow me to introduce myself. I am Trevlon, and I am a journalist. And you, my friend, are a bit of a rarity in these parts, and I'd love to get your personal take on the surrounding locale, if you get my take.
Rarity? Are you sure?
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a reason that people around these parts are a bit, well, not to be rude. The size thing isn't the reason that people are looking at you so funny.
Oh.
No, that's not a rude thing. Trust me. People in these parts generally don't mean anything by it. They just don't usually see many, well, a cockra.
Oh, really?
Oh, no, not really a regular thing.
So, is this wrong?
No, not wrong. Definitely not wrong. Just not usual. And trust me when I say that is not a bad thing. For me, that means business. If you don't... I keep using the word business. It's my passion, my art. I'm a journalist. I like to report on the
I completely
truth.
understand.
Yeah. Well, as you might imagine, people don't usually hear the perspective of a crocker around these parts. And it would be quite a delight, if I may say, if I can get a little bit of an interview from you. And perhaps tell the world of your tales, so to speak.
The bartender coughs. Would you consider doing it not in front of the line for the bar?
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
I apologize immensely, and I will take my leave. Thank you, sir. And
All right.
Travelon presumably follows Momo.
Great. All right. Momo, you start to head back to where you last saw your patron priest through the dance area. Now, Malifane, you consider yourself a people watcher. So, really, there's no better place to go watch people than at a festival. It's just, unfortunately, this is a beer and wine festival. And you do not drink.
And Scott, there he is.
There he is.
Are you alive?
Are you alive, Scott?
Yes.
Scott. Okay,
There it is.
there you go. As I was saying, you do not drink, but you do enjoy just watching the hustle and bustle of the festival, because there are, like, so many interesting people that you can get a look at there. And tonight, you have lucked out, because there's an Aarakocra. And Aarakocra are not native to Irion anymore.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, action, right. Okay. Whoops. Yes, so Malifane sees the Aarakocra and the halfling conversing with one another, and is curious as to what they're discussing. Now, he doesn't want to intrude on them, so he just sort of walks over a bit and just listens in on their conversation, just politely, just walks over to them.
All right. So, Noom, there you go. Right over to you. Yeah. So, as you are standing, like, away from the line to get to the bar, Trevlon, you see a half-elf just come strolling casually up to you. Like, real casual-like.
Right. So, Trevlon, how exactly is this half-elf looking at us, by the way? If I may ask.
Scott, how is...
Scott, how are you looking?
Oh, just with curiosity, he's mainly looking at the Aarakocra from head to toe, because again, he's never really seen a creature of this sort before. He's very curious.
Would I be able to? Presumably, I'd be able to get that from this guy. Like, not really an ill will sort of feel. I would get.
Yeah, I would say so. Like, normally that would be an insight check, but I don't allow those sorts of checks for PCs, so...
Right, I see. So Trevlon, before he was about to conduct his sparkling and wonderful interview, notices the half-elf looking at him, and Momo with curiosity, and Trevlon blinks, coughs, and goes, "Excuse me, can we help you?"
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. No, I was just curious to see. I was just curious about this fascinating creature here. This Aarakocra, was it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I suppose I just wanted to listen in on the conversation. Don't mind me. I'm sorry.
Oh, of course not. I'm sorry.
Well, sir, you are about to be privy to a very interesting interview. This is exactly what I'm going to be doing. So, if you wish to listen in, I would be happy to have a listening ear. Right.
If I may.
Yes. And Trevlon then begins to think for a moment, and then looks at you, Momo, with a sort of like a keen eye, like a quite a focused looking eye, like I'm about to get ready to do my business. Like.
Oh.
So, first question, my friend, what is your name?
Well, my mentor calls me Momo Sansval.
Mentor. Ah, okay.
He's a high priest at the Church of Malil.
Oh, very interesting. And you can see that Trevlon is basically like going nuts with the pen as you say this. He's bullet pointing every single thing.
Now, it
that
should be
seems
noted,
important.
Malil is not worshipped on Irion. The situation with the gods is complicated at best, but Malil is not a god that is, like, actively worshipped here on Irion.
Yeah, we have like a private church somewhere.
So, if I might ask, why exactly are you here in these lands in the first?
Well, we're here to spread the word of Malil, and, well, I've come looking for some holy wine to,
Ah.
yeah.
What?
It's
Well,
not exactly holy, of course, but he's going to, my mentor is going to bless it.
It's Elven, so it's
see.
about as close as you can get before a blessing.
right. Well, if you wouldn't mind me asking, how exactly has your time in
then
this isle been?
You are
Oh,
interrupted by the dude of a trumpet, and then you hear the bards up on stage say, "All right, everybody, this one goes out to all the ladies out there," and then they start playing way more loudly.
Oh dear.
Trevelon looks at this band with this sort of like, he's not annoyed as such, but he just looks extremely tired. Like that has suddenly just added an extra bag under his eyes.
Oh
And
no!
he just sort of puts his hand on his head and sort of massages his temple a little bit and thinks for a minute and like, would it be possible to move to a more quiet spot here, or is that not going to be possible?
If there is a more quiet spot, it's probably not in the beer garden right now.
So, this is intriguing.
Are you okay, sir?
Just when I'm doing my work, I don't exactly like to be so to speak.
Momo looks above everyone trying to see if he can find his mentor, and he's not seeing him, and he's getting a little anxious.
Oh
and
yeah,
nervous.
your mentor is like, long gone. Last you heard, he was heading
What?
Last you heard, he was heading for Merchant's Alley, but you cannot see him in here.
So, all right. So, the bands. Is there like a band leader of sorts?
Probably the guy who yelled and said, "This is for all the ladies out there!"
I have stroked my mustache for a little bit, and then have a little spark of inspiration, and then point my finger at the band leader. And I would like to cast message, please.
Sure, yeah. Let's actually go into your character sheet and click on message so people following along can see what it does.
Yes, here we go.
There we go! Alright, yes, message sends a whispered message to someone that you point at.
So as they get louder and louder, Trevelyan has the idea to politely suggest that if they play this song any louder, then there's going to be something bad happening. So he thinks, and before I actually do this, am I allowed to roll perception on this? Persuasion on this.
Wait, you're trying to say if you get any louder, there's going to be trouble. That's intimidation.
Oh, is that intimidation?
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure if I'm very intimidating. Actually, I do have 3 intimidation. You know what? Yes, I will do that. Actually, then I will politely intimidate them as much as I can.
Okay.
So I point my finger at the band leader and I roll intimidation and let's see what happens.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Well then.
All right. You hear a whisper back. Well, man, this is supposed to be like a rocky song, but like, if you want me to turn down the volume, I can try. Probably not gonna have a good talk in here, I'm gonna be honest. And then the volume slowly lowers just a little bit, from the band leader only.
Oh shit! Right. Okay, this makes things more complicated. it's only coming from him, and that's going to make things... And seeing that his plan hasn't exactly led to the result he wanted, Trevlon further massages his temple and looks at Momo and goes, perhaps it would be a wise idea to perhaps move this conversation somewhere less intrusive.
I wouldn't mind if my mentor wasn't... Like, I would prefer to wait for him to get back if that's fine.
Where did you
You're
last see him?
Yeah.
He was supposed to go in the merchant's corner over there, but I can't seem to see him anywhere.
This is a conundrum. Being lost in the beer garden is never a good thing in my experience. How about this? You! And Trevlon points at the elf and goes, what's your name?
Malifane, sir.
Malifane, I would like you and I to go on a little bit of an expedition. We are going to split up and look for this gentleman. We're going to bring him back, and we're going to have a polite chat with him to conclude my interview, if you don't mind me saying. Trevlon looks at Momo again and goes, would you be so kind as to wait here just to make sure, we have a place to bring him back to?
Sure, yeah, I'd be okay with that.
Cracking. Now, if you wouldn't mind, could you give us a bit of a description of him, just so we know what he looks like?
Well, he kind of looks like Malifane, except he's a lot taller.
Right, a taller version of this gentleman.
And he's wearing a white, bluish robe.
Now that's a bit more of a specific thing. All right, I think we'll be able to have a look for him pretty well. So we'll circle around, and if we can't find him, we'll come back here and we'll wait for the other, basically. So, yeah, Malifane. I'm trying to think of where he might be. Malifane, if you wouldn't mind searching near the beer garden and around here, that would be great. And I will search the fighting pit, because God knows I don't exactly want anybody like that to be around there.
I mean...
Wait, he's in the fighting pit?
He might be. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying he might be.
I mean, I suppose...
Is it okay if Momo just, jumps up and runs to the fighting pit to see if he's there?
Oh,
Yeah,
Christ.
sure, go ahead!
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
No!
Momo mumes up towards the fighting pit.
We should probably follow her. Yeah?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And Trevlon starts to follow.
Great, you can move your own tokens, I think, so.
Wait, yeah.
Nope.
I cannot.
Nope.
My soul, it is bad because I cannot move my token.
Okay, I see what's the problem. There we go.
Hooray! I am in control of
Hooray,
my
I
movements.
still can't move!
I'm doing it one at a time.
There we go.
Calm your tits.
There we go.
All right. So you have finally moved to the fighting pit, and the music goes quieter, so you can finally have a decent conversation. Now,
I don't see him.
you do not see him in the fighting pit, though it is fairly crowded. Of note, the fighting pit is just a temporary fighting pit. Like, the signs aren't, carved into stone. It's just, a banner someone put up saying, "Fighting pit, this way." The pit itself is actually an underground chamber with, chiseled-in deep steps acting as seats, and then a tiny circular stage in the middle. So, you get the feeling this is a theater that they've converted into a fighting pit. So, you come in just in time to hear someone yelling, projecting in the middle of the crowd, this tall, dark-haired, fair-skinned human yelling, "Ladies and gentlemen, you may have seen the casual fights, but are you ready for professionals? We bring you the Gladiators Guild Heavyweight Division, new to Arion. In this corner," he tries to point to a corner, but it's circular, so he can't, so he just gives up. "In that area, we have the Climber of Peaks, the Devil of Dagger Tooth, I give you
Oh, dear.
Thavagath, Mountain Smasher! And Thavagath,
There
you've been
he
waiting
is.
for your cue for like an hour, so you just rush down from the stage and take your position to present yourself to the adoring masses.
He splays his arms wide into the masses, popping his pecs as much as he can. Just
Oh,
lets out a
Gabby.
huge "Rah!"
Is that a Goliath?
That is, in fact, a Goliath. Goliaths are not uncommon around Irion, but mostly they keep to the mountains and keep to themselves. Now, and then the man says,
Kratos, you meet Thavagas.
and in this opposite corner, we have the giant of Golarion, the king of Khartoum Bay, Bulk Bogan! And he gestures towards there. There's silence.
Damn it.
Bulk Bogan! There's more silence. Bulk Bogan?
Radix cricket noises.
Babagath, you've been touring with a small division of heavyweights, let's say, in your career as a gladiator. You fight for fun, and mostly you don't fight to kill, just to put on a good show, because you enjoy fighting, and somehow this lets you get paid while doing it. Bulk Bogan is a troublemaker, because he has a habit of just not showing up, and, like, demanding matches be fixed in his favor. Bulk Bogan's an asshole, and once again, he's not here.
Oh dear.
This is considerably troubling.
Is he? Is
Wait,
he
so
not
he's just
here?
he just doesn't appear.
Yeah, you have no idea where the hell he is.
I guess just kind of
Is he,
walks into
like-
the center of the stage for a second, looks around, and just lifts his arms in victory to the crowds.
All right.
Can I just roll to see if like there's anything like just around the arena or anything? Like maybe he's just I don't know, just Spider-Manning the ceiling or something.
Like, yeah, do you want to look for another wrestler? Sure, roll perception.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Perception. There we go.
It looks like Thavagath is the only sweaty, shirtless man in the arena, so... yeah, but Thavagath, you raise your arms in victory. There's silence. Then you hear a tiny, yay! Aren't you outside? Asked Queen Creeps. No, this is an underground chamber. There's like a little tunnel that goes down here and a banner over the entrance of the tunnel that says Fighting Pit.
I'm just gonna point to that one person that said yeah and just wink at him. But not like any sexual, just like a wink of approval, just like, yeah, my man.
Yeah. Well, the crowd starts not really liking this unwarranted display of charisma from you, and they start muttering among themselves about how they want their money back. So, the man turns to you, Thavagath, and of course you know this man. He is the fight promoter who's been assigned to you. This is Julian Jeremier, basically your manager for all intents and purposes. He turns and whispers, "Listen, I think I should handle these guys in case they, start throwing rocks and demanding actual money. You should probably go." Thavagath, that's a cue.
Wait, you cut out there. I just said.
All right, so I'm going to say it again. Thavagath,
Yeah.
you should probably head out. I can handle these people in case they start, throwing rocks and demanding money back and all that. You should go. I don't want the star to be hurt not in fighting shape,
Kind of grunts in approval and walks out.
All right. So,
Who's that?
you head out, and as you're heading out, you pass a very strange sight. You haven't seen an Aarakocra before, and you live in the mountains where they used to be. What the hell is this?
Pretty bored.
Oh, I'm flustered.
If that guy just kind of slowly walks up to him, to Momo, completely enamored, just extends a finger out to stroke it. like you would do with a budgie.
Does Trevlon see this?
Thavagath's not exactly stealthy, so...
Yeah.
Trevlon, seeing the giant man about to extend a ginormous hand towards the very small bird, sort of instinctually sort of runs up a little bit concerned and goes, wait, excuse me, sir, and he sort of blusters his way next to Momo and goes, sorry, sir, hi, sorry, this is client mine, and
at this point, Thavagast extends a hand, pushes it on Trevlon's face, and pushes him out of the way to continue to stroke the bird. Do I have to roll anything for that? Or?
Do you oppose this?
Do I what, sorry?
Trevlon, do you oppose getting pushed out of the way?
It's only a light face push, just to move you like a foot out of the way.
Pretty bored.
I think after I see that Thavagaf is not trying to cause harm, I'm gonna allow this. He doesn't. If I would be like trying to contest it if it was like smack, but this just seems gentle. So I'm like
a light tap.
Okay.
Thavagast's fist is literally the size of Momo's head. Momo is freaking terrified.
Okay, gets down on his crouches down to like a squat kind of position, and just gently runs a finger across the little bird's cheek. So soft. No, he has like literal stars in his eyes at this point. He just reverts to a child at this rate.
I love him. Momo feels flustered, anxious, and just mesmerized about how huge this person is, and he's just touching him so lightly. He just makes cute bird noises.
It's like if Lenny knew what he was doing, that kind of thing.
Aww,
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Aw, that's a very good image.
Oh.
So, Trevor, seeing that Thavagaf is not a murderous, is it out intent to murder, it like sort of has a small cough and goes, sir, you're the guy in the ring, aren't you? You're the muscle man. Yeah?
Aye. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
Well, it's actually to do with this young one here. We are looking for someone. He's about higher than him, and he points to Malifane, who is presumably somewhere.
Hi.
Just assume Malifane is behind you.
He's wearing much longer flowing robes, and it's like white and blue and all that jazz. It's very regal. Have you seen a man like that?
What must I roll to check if I know if I've seen a man like that?
Thavagath, you have not seen a man like that. You have been basically prepping for the fight all day.
No, I haven't seen anything like that. Sorry.
Oh.
Well, if you presumably wanted to make this bird a happy one, you might want to help us. You know?
You perk my interest, little man.
I am good at that. That is my job. We don't know where he is. We last saw him around the beer garden, and then he took off somewhere, and we don't know where he is. So any help will be appreciated, basically.
Supposedly he would be by the merchants. That's what this bird here has said.
The beer gardens and the merchants are usually pretty busy. You need a good vantage point. Bird, climb upon my shoulders.
Alright, okay. I can't fly.
Come here, I will help.
Under all those feathers, he's blushing so bad. His entire face is red.
As this is all happening, Trevlon has realized that this is an amazing story and begins to write down what has been happening, like in great detail.
I mean, it is a fluff piece, so they'll probably appreciate that.
Yes.
Yeah. So Thavagaf lifts Momo onto one of his shoulders, just so the nice and perk there. Offers him a little stroke on the underside of his beak again, just because why the hell not?
He approves,
Right, so
makes a cute bird noise again.
merchant stalls then.
Sounds like a good idea.
Lead the way, little man.
Do I know? I would know where the merchant stalls are then.
Yes, you see all the things labeled like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are the merchant stalls.
I start to make my way there, and and we go, presumably.
All right. You go over towards the merchant stalls, passing by a large tent with a sign outside that says "Freak Show."
Oof.
Now,
That doesn't. I don't like that.
Not it, no.
Now, Corellian. You, your journey to Irion has not really been the most fun. Boat ride over was very cramped, kind of smelly. But, you are grateful nonetheless for the opportunity to basically get the hell out of your hometown while the getting was good. Now, why exactly you are here, because from what I know, beer and wine don't really interest you. What got you over to Irion was a contract with the local Tinkers Guild. Most of the native kobolds turned down job offers. You were like, yeah, sure, I'll go, let me over there. So, you got on the nearest boat over, and basically, you have been assigned to watch over the Tinker stand at the beer garden. It's been pretty slow going. A lot of people just kind of like staring at various artisans' tools and musical instruments and then just not buying anything. But yeah, this is your job, so you kind of have to stay here till someone comes to relieve your shift. And the most interesting thing that's happened is seeing a motley crew of like a halfling in a very fancy hat, this huge sweaty muscle man, a half-elf following them, and then an Aarakocra, which you have seen, but not... You know enough to know that they aren't any in Irion. Just wandering through the merchant stalls, looking very intently like they're looking for something or someone.
Interesting. Interesting indeed. Probably the most interesting thing I've seen all day today, other than people who won't spend their damn money.
Right as you say this, a gnome walks over, looks at your stuff, and then walks away.
I know people would rather spend their money on beer and wine, and I'd rather be drinking too, but come on, at least show a little bit of respect. That being said, how long until my shift is over?
He's due any minute. Yeah, your replacements should be here any minute.
I will keep an eye out for him, but I will also hail those people who are seemingly looking for something. I mean, I've been here for quite a while. Maybe I can help out. And if anything, it'll be a bit of diversion. Hey, you lot!
Huh?
Ah!
What are you looking for?
Oh. Well, we have... No, we're not looking for the bird. We have found the bird.
Obviously.
We are looking for a man. A tall man in very nice robes. He was an elf, did you say, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, that. Elf, tall, robes, white and blue. That's what we're looking for.
You've described like half the elves from here to... Either way, would I have seen someone similar perusing or going around?
You have been out here all day and have not seen anyone wearing robes of that description.
Huh. That is kind of strange. Can't say that I've seen anyone of that specific description. I've been here for quite a while. Does he owe you money, or what?
My mentor.
Your mentor? So, you came here together, and he left you, and... Alright, I see what's happening.
You do?
Tell you what. My shift's almost over. I'll tag along and help you out, maybe.
And right as you say this, you hear this as a dwarf with, like, a tangle of rope caught around his beard and his hair runs over and rests a hand on your desk, or your table rather. Holds up a hand, continues breathing heavily, and looks up. Sorry I'm late, lad. You did not want to know what happened.
You know, looking like that, I think you're rather correct in that assumption. Well,
How's it been going, by the way?
I won't be breaking any commission records, we'll say that.
Fair enough. Don't worry about it. Most people around here just don't like kobolds. It's a thing. It's not personal.
What wares are
Oh.
you selling, anyways?
Oh, we got all sorts of shit. We got your brand name shit. We got your artisan tool shit. We got some musical shit.
There's a child here.
All right,
Do you have
sorry.
any-
Years
we've-
old!
All right, sorry.
you have
Let
any
me
medicinal
clarify
shit?
then for the child.
Stuff.
We've got the musical shit that makes music noises if you play it right.
No, that's not what I'm.
I don't think. Oh gosh.
Forget it.
Anything clockwork, we've got it. All sorts of tinker tools, your oddities, your entities, anything mildly interesting, we've got it right here, and nobody is buying it, so by all means, go right ahead. I'm off. Thank you for coming along. I'm going to go festival. Yeah.
All right, you have fun.
Yeah. Fun.
I love him. He's.
I do too. He's great.
And he has both arms. No dragons here.
What are you talking about?
Do most dwarves not have both arms where you come from?
It's a thing.
I see.
That's a very interesting thing to have.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, that being said, okay, so when I showed up and started my shift, is there sort of like a organizer's tent or a place where the people organizing this festival would be that we could go check on things? Ask about stuff?
Like the
An
closest
admission gate, maybe?
closest thing you found is the guy selling raffle tickets right across the way, who's been yelling, "Raffle tickets! Get your raffle tickets here!" every minute or so, and it's been highly annoying.
Well, if anyone's been here longer than I have, it's him. So we should go over and take an ask.
This sounds like a good plan, and if anybody is directly going to him, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I will lead the way over and take an ask.
Great, he is at booth 8.
Wonderful.
All right, so you walk over and you hear, "Raffle tickets! Get your raffle tickets here! Only 1 gold to enter, and then you get a raffle ticket! If you win the raffle ticket, you win the raffle! That's how a raffle works! Raffle tickets here!"
At this point, Thavagaf just bends down to him, holds Momo in his hand. "You, loud man, look at bird. You see it, mentor?
Yeah.
We're
What
looking
the
for
hell
mentor,
is that?
you see? Bird.
Oh my god.
I ain't seen a bird like that! What the hell is that? Raffle tickets! Get your raffle tickets here!
Sir, okay. Who wants to try and get this guy out of his stupor?
Okay. You, bird, mentor, elf, robe, seen it, raffle tickets.
Those are a bunch of words that I've not associated with anything I do, except for raffle tickets! Get your raffle tickets here!
Well, I'm out, I guess.
Okay,
Thavagaf just really loudly slams a hand on the desk. Try and spook him.
You knock over several raffle tickets.
Noticing that there seems to be a bit of an increase in tension, Trevlon decides to move in for the persuasive kill and goes, "Look, mate, we're not trying to start a fuss. We just want to know if you have seen a large man in I don't know what this accent is. A large man. Oh, I don't know what this accent is. I've lost it. This is great. A large man with white flowing robes with blue bits on it. That's all we want. And can I roll persuasion to perhaps better make him understand what I mean?
Like, you can roll persuasion to make him stop yelling raffle tickets?
That'll do.
But he has no reason not to help you, so,
I'll also politely throw in that he should stop throwing the raffle tickets, saying the raffle tickets thing. It's getting annoying.
Alright.
This has gone well.
You rolled with advantage. Toggle to normal,
Did
but
I?
I'll just use
Oh,
the
shit.
first time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. He looks at you and says, "Well, I mean, I haven't seen anyone like that. I'm real sorry. But I am afraid I can't say it, because if I don't, how do you expect I'll sell raffle tickets? Get your raffle tickets here!"
you can sell the raffle tickets after you've told us where the man is.
I
If
told you
don't
I haven't seen him!
Okay, well, that will make things... Well, okay. Right.
Well,
What now?
Well,
you could just
I'm
search
going to
the
step
area.
away from this stall so that I can hear myself think for one.
I'm gonna continue to search the area.
Okay.
Guys, look at the general.
I love it.
There's an adorable piece of artwork that I will show you after the stream. All right.
That works.
So, who's going to be doing investigating?
Well,
Yo.
investigation is my jam, so I have to be
Great.
part of that.
Everyone who is, roll an investigation.
Here we go.
Oh boy.
Investigation.
Well, shit.
Momo, that is
Hey!
with advantage. Turn off advantage, please.
Oh, how do I do? Okay.
There should
It's
be
on
like
the top of
toggle
your
yeah.
character sheet.
So,
How do I
Malifane,
turn advantage off?
you spend more time actually like looking at people rather than asking them questions. It's kind of weird.
Oh yeah, do that. Forget I did that.
Everyone else, you spend a good hour or so at the festival asking around if anyone has seen that man, and no one has. Momo, you know people have seen that man because you were with him for the first couple of minutes. So it's weird that, like, no one seems to have any idea who or where that is.
I'm so confused. I don't understand.
Would I, whilst we're whilst we're talking about, I don't know if this is actually metagaming, because I was about to ask if whilst we're looking at things, I would be able to roll perception to see if anybody seems like they're lying.
That would be
Or-
insight,
That would
actually.
be insight.
Oh, that'd be insight.
Yeah.
Well, would I be able to roll that?
I'm going to say there's no need because
Yeah.
you're a journalist and you've been here for a while. You tend to know when people would have no reason to help you. These people don't have any reason to not help you, so
Right.
you don't think anyone's lying.
Fair enough.
Well, I've got nothing.
But me and him both walked down this path. People have definitely seen him. He's so hard to miss.
Are you staying in an inn somewhere? Is there any
Um,
possibility he'd have gone back there to wait for you?
No, he told me specifically to wait here.
Though, since it was brought up, being a festival, most of the inns and taverns around Port Mirandu are packed or fully reserved, and the only one your mentor was really able to get a room for was the Fiery Grog Tavern.
Are you
Well-
sure there wasn't any?
Well, he did say that that we were going to stay at the. I think it was called the Fiery Grub Tavern,
Fiery
or
Grog.
it's something of that line.
Fiery Grog Tavern. Alex, do I know? Does Telegraph know
Yeah,
what
I
that
was.
is?
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I?
Um,
do I know anything about that?
How long have you spent in Irion, would you say?
I say I've been performing here for about maybe a week and a half, just because that's
Okay.
what you do.
I would say for a week, roll history. If it's at least 2 weeks and you've been staying in Port Mirandu that time, then you'd get advantage on the roll. Roll history.
Okie dokie.
So
Roll
if a
history.
week, roll with advantage. If not, then just roll regular.
Um,
There we go.
if you have not, you would be rolling just regular Thabagath. Malifane, how long have you been in Port Mirandu?
I'd say maybe a couple days.
Then just roll normal history.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, no.
Malifane, because you don't like alcohol, you don't really tend to notice when people talk about taverns in specifically. Thabagath, you like grog. You've heard of the Fiery Grog Tavern. It's a It's a pretty popular watering hole for people who like to kind of get down and dirty, or at least don't mind getting dirty. It's often like a meeting place for spooky, shady dealings, but it's often so loud with the cries of drunken patrons in there that most of them don't actually get heard. So, yeah, it's kind of a raucous dive bar, basically, but it's the only one, apparently, that Momo's mentor could afford.
Okay, so what was it called again?
The Fiery Grog Tavern.
The Fiery Grog Tavern.
I've heard of it.
Fiery Grog Tavern. Are you
Yes,
sure
that's
about
it.
this little word?
I'm sorry.
Alright, I know where this is. A little bit dodgy. Come on, follow me. And
Oh, okay.
Evergath just takes ridiculously long and happy strides to the Fiery Grog Tavern.
Am I still on his like shoulder?
Oh,
Am
yes,
I still
definitely.
perking?
Oh, of course.
Evergath even lets out a
Just
little
wanna-
whistle, little jovial whistle tune as he happily jogs his way over there.
Forgetting the moment, he was sort of in the moment, so he didn't even think to do this, but he just, Malifane takes the time to take out his journal and write down the names of his, for the time being, companions.
Great. All right, so you're all heading off towards the tavern? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Let me just get that map ready. All right.
You were prepared, weren't you?
Yes.
2 years, remember?
2 years.
Alex isn't prepared for anything. You could literally do
Oh,
anything. Else
okay,
and like
random
3
elf
separate
creature.
maps to up for this.
Oh my.
All right, so
Homestead.
so tucked away in the northeast corner of Port Mirandu stands this long, low building made of fieldstone and blackened timbers. There's a burnt wooden sign hanging over the entrance, and it depicts a mug engulfed in flames and the name Fiery Grog Tavern. So from inside, you can see kind of this blue glow and raucous laughter. And then there's this stern-faced, muscular half-orc who is standing guard by the entrance.
Do I know the orc's name? Does Thavagath know the orc's name?
Have you been to the Fiery
Well,
Grog Tavern
no.
before?
Well, I'd say so, yes.
Yes. This is Guglug. He works as the bouncer here.
It's a very good name.
I love it.
I love him.
I don't know if this
Glug, and then I put a hand on his... Thavagath puts a hand on his shoulders. Like,
Avagath, welcome back. How is it going?
you know, the same fighter was too scared to even show up.
Nice one, my friend. And then he looks around you. You have a bird.
I have a board. Oh, speaking of board. Board, what was thing we were looking for?
My mentor.
Yes, mentor. Have you seen Elf? About, that big, points at the, name's too small for me to read over here. Fucking
Leo.
Scott's character.
There
Shublon.
it is.
Yeah,
Hi.
about that big-ish.
All right, Malifane.
Green-
Sorry,
green
Malifane is
robes.
the character.
Malifane.
Not, he wouldn't be my height, I can guarantee you that.
He would not be the height of Alan.
No, unless you are 5'5", you would not. No.
Or he got his
And,
legs removed.
Oh,
Don't think about that. Don't think about that.
buddy, who hurt you, buddy?
No.
Okay.
And, well, what color were the robes again? Green.
They were like a pale blue and white.
There you go. Anything like that come through?
Well, I just started my shift. I don't recall seeing anyone like that. I've seen Elf, definitely not that Elf. Your friends are new to the tavern?
Yeah, they never been here before.
Okay, so, couple of ground rules. Don't start any trouble. 0 tolerance policy on attacking anyone with weapons or your spells. You want to fight anyone, you use your fists, or you take it outside. No killing in the tavern.
Wait,
Thavagath just kind of mimes next to him the entire thing like a flight attendant's thing.
Nice.
This seems reasonable.
Okay, good talk.
Right.
Good talk.
I'm gonna need a verbal yes from all of you that you understand.
yeah,
Understood.
Understood.
Yes.
understood.
All right. Great. And then he opens up the door. In you go. And then, as I set up this map, that is not what I wanted to do. Hold on.
I am terrified. Oh,
wow. Beautiful.
Yeah. So, you enter the tavern. It is packed to nearly full capacity. Ignore the tokens making it look like it's not packed. It's totally packed. These are just the important people.
Right.
Yeah.
Metagaming.
Metagaming! Alright, so it's full of, like, loud, drunken harbor workers, mercenaries, and sailors, and they're all just, like, sitting along this long bar counter along the eastern wall. Either that, or they're along the many wooden tables scattered around the scratched flagstone floor. So, there are a couple of alcoves that are, they're carved into the western wall, and they offer some booths with weathered purple curtains on them for privacy, though you get the feeling that those curtains will not do anything to block the noise. Then many eyes are turned towards this huge water tank in the center of the tap room, and there's a mermaid in there who is ribbon dancing in illuminated water. The blue light that filled the room and then leaked out into the street, that comes from inside the tank because they're like drifting spheres that float softly along the ceiling and, like, shine with blue light there. And on the ceiling, as you look up there, it is covered by this huge painting depicting this small fishing village racked by a storm, and these strange creatures rising from the water around it.
Hell of an aesthetic.
Hell of an aesthetic. You want to go in?
Yes!
Yes.
Go on in!
I'm just mesmerized by the mermaid, the lights, and everything, but mostly the mermaid. The mermaid's pretty, and I like water.
Great.
I remembered. I have to look at the chicken coop. You know what? Fuck it.
There we go.
This
There we go.
isn't my
Just gives him
scene.
a hearty, gives Malafine a hearty pat on the back as he ushers him into the wall, into the.
And it knocks the
tavern.
wind out of him.
Oh gosh.
Alright.
Worry not, my friend. It is fine.
It is fine. Yeah, don't worry about it. You probably won't die. I mean, there's no weapons and magic allowed in there, so...
Oh yes, isn't that a relief?
Great.
Oh, stop worrying, little man.
You know what? I must say, it is refreshing to not be the only one called Little Man.
Yeah. This is very refreshing, Trevlon, because two of your traveling companions are about as tall as you are.
Hooray, equality!
And yet, you only reach up to Thavagaf's knees.
You know what? I can deal with this.
I reach to his shins.
Nice.
Great.
Yet you're currently perched on his shoulders, so it doesn't matter.
Alright. Go ahead and move into the tavern.
Yeah! Oh god, right near the pool. Back we go.
Relax.
I'm not trying, I didn't mean to, I just stumbled through the doors.
Just keep walking, Mel. Keep walking.
Alright, so,
Come on,
as
friends.
you go into the tavern, you notice there are a couple of noticeable features. There are a bunch of dwarves scattered around, gossiping with each other, with, like, blue tattoos covering their body, like wild, shiny blue tattoos. At the bar counter, where a bunch of patrons are, ordering grog and beer and all that, there's a long mustached gnome chatting up the patrons there. And then hung up on the eastern wall behind him are two signs on, like, a bulletin board. One of them reads, "Ask about our Fiery Grog Challenge," and "Wanted, Monster Exterminators." Then, obviously notable, there's the merfolk dancer in the tank in the center floor. And then, towards the western wall, you see an elf and one of the dwarves covered in tattoos, arm wrestling. But the elf is not using her arm. She's conjured up this spectral hand, and she's holding it against his hand. They're pushing against each other, and a bunch of onlookers are cheering on the arm wrestling bit.
Is that even legal?
I thought there was no magic allowed in here.
It's
Yeah,
fine. It's
Gugwag
fine.
pops
The
in.
rules are meant to be broken.
She's not attacking anyone with magic. It's a loophole, and I love it.
Whoa, water lady.
Yeah, the water lady sees you, Momo, and swims down towards the bottom of the tank, and puts her hand up against the tank as she just looks at your eyes, and then her fingers kind of twitch, and a little wave before she pushes off and then twirls around with her ribbons and goes back up towards the top of the tank.
Oh God, she's beautiful.
Have you never seen a mirror before, little one?
Oh, little bird. So cute. Precious.
Not cute.
So cute.
Right.
Alright. So, at this point I lift Momo up like as high as I can. I extend my hands so she's practically touching the ceiling. Any of these your elf?
None of those are Momo's elf.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Travelon, Travelon spots the bartender. That's presumably the man on the far right of the room is the bartender, right?
That is the gnome bartender, yes.
Travelon decides to take a little bit of initiative and see if he can get some information out of him. And so he walks up to the bar.
All right.
And sits down.
You are pleased to see that partially because the bartender is a gnome, these are very low stools made for small people, so you can easily have a seat.
Thank God.
Excellent.
The bartender turns over to you and says, "Welcome, welcome, welcome, my friend. You have just made yourself a patron of the finest bar in Port Miranda. What can I get for you?"
Well, first of all, if you would be so kind, could you get me a mug of ale, please?
Oh, of course. That would be 4 copper.
4 copper, very good. So that's how much in silver? Is it
10 copper is 1 silver.
Right, so I'd have... Okay, so I'd have... Oh god, math. Right, so I'd have 9 silver and 6 copper now. Okay, cool. Right, I give the man 4 copper and nod. Before he gives it, actually, he says, "If you don't mind, I'm also looking for information. If you'd be so kind to give it."
Information? Oh yeah, sure. I hear a lot of things. What are you looking for?
Well, specifically, I'm looking for an elf. He's about. He points to the Malafane. He's a little bit taller than him. He's got
I just wave from across the room. Hi.
Yeah, a bunch of dwarves think you're looking at them, and they all turn in unison towards you, Malafane.
Oh, poor boy. And Trevlon continues. He's a bit taller than him. White robes and a bit of blue on little bits and bobs around it. Yeah, that seems to be about an apt description as I could provide.
Can't say as I've seen anyone like that. Sorry, friend. I mean,
fair enough.
I mean, it sucks because that's pretty distinct. Not a lot of people dressed like that here in Port Miranda, if you know what I'm saying.
Do you perhaps know if anybody would be... Remind me what religion, what you call it?
Malil?
Malil.
Yeah. Do you know of anybody who doesn't like the Malil, to put it lightly?
Malil? Well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of very hardcore nationalists do enjoy frequenting my tavern. Not myself, of course. No, never myself. But if someone came in here and started trouble, I would have definitely seen it. That being said, if your friend really was in trouble with people who did not like religion encroaching on their own religion and what have you, then it would probably not be in the best parts of town. I would very much avoid those, if you know what I'm saying.
Would I be able to roll insight just to make sure he is telling the truth?
Yes.
Let's see if this man is giving me a big fat stinky lie. Hopefully not. Roll, please. All right.
There. He is talking with a lot of unnecessary words, partially to keep attention and entertainment going, but you get the feeling he's not lying.
Right. Well,
right.
that is disconcerting. I shall have to see if I can talk to the other patrons in the bar and get a better response. I take. Presumably, I've been given the mead. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been given the grog.
I take my grog. I tip my hat to the man, and I start looking around the room for more inconspicuous-looking folks.
Great. As you move, Malafane, as you were waving, the dwarves that noticed you just kind of all crowd around you.
Oh.
What?
How can I help you?
You got something to say to us, boy?
Not particularly.
Why the
I
hell were
was
you
just-
waving then?
Oh, not for any particular reason. My companion over there was just pointing at me, and
You're
I
trying
was
to
just
get in
addressing
on
him.
our adventures, are you? Trying to sneak in so you can steal
Oh,
our armor
no,
of
not at all.
invulnerability?
Oh shit.
There's no need for any
And
kind
then
of fighting or any kind of violence
another
here.
one of the dwarves smacks the one that just talked. You're not supposed to talk about the armor of invulnerability! And then another dwarf smacks him. You're not supposed to talk about the thing I'm not gonna say!
What a
Excuse me.
clever
What a
What
legend.
is this?
Tavagath at this point
Talking
strolls
about.
up, like with big ass, like thumpy steps, saying, "These smalls bothering you, small.
I think I'm just more confused.
Yeah. And then they look at you, Thabagath, and are like, what? Do you not own a shirt, big man?
No, they were so cold.
Well, my apologies for your loss. I'm sure you wouldn't be able to afford one anyway. You look like a hobo.
Oh. This has been...
Oh no!
Trevlon
Whoa.
is slowly but surely getting a little bit closer just to make sure nothing bad goes wrong.
Yeah, Corellian's just gonna take a step back.
That cuts deep, little man.
Oh, wait, let me actually
Why
change
don't
the
you
music.
come up here and say it to my face?
All right.
Oh.
He comes up there and says it to your face. You look like a
Directly in here.
hobo.
Damn!
Fucking how though?
How far up?
Do they
is
just
the apple
stack?
in that?
They're actually a very well-known balance in these
Yep.
parts, surprisingly.
He appears to be too drunk to go for the literal interpretation, so he's just going for getting right up in your personal space.
Kind of just
I honestly have no idea what you guys are talking about. I'm just here to observe.
We were
I
talking about the
work
armor of
persuasion.
invulnerability! I said not to talk about that!
the armor of
Armor
what?
of invulnerability?
Oh yeah, says the other dwarf, clearly not learning from being smacked all this time. You know, there's a legend saying that there's an armor of invulnerability somewhere around here. It was the prized possession of a legendary wizard named Oswald the Tailor. Supposedly, it's lost deep within a cave network around here. And since we're dwarves, we know where cave networks are. We're looking for it. So, and then another one says, I thought it was Oswald the Sailor who owned it. No, it was the tailor, you daft idiot! And then they're just now yelling at each other now about the details of the armor of invincibility.
I'm gonna slowly walk away and continue, like, just take a seat at one of the other tables so I can just look at the performance that's going on in the tank.
Great.
Trevor,
Tavagath is in absolute fits laughing at this shit. That's what I'm
Walk away
told.
slowly.
Like watching a performance of those two puppets that hit each other. Fucking I can't remember.
Punch and Judy?
That's the one. Thank you.
Trevlon, by the way, at this point has written down everything they have said
Alright.
about the invincibility.
I'm going to kind of tap on Momo, and I'm going to ask if he has a key to the room that they're staying in. Maybe we could check up there.
Funny thing about that,
Yeah. Well,
Momo has sort of passed out, so to speak.
yes.
Yeah,
Oh.
Jojo had to leave.
Yes, you did.
Oh no.
Which is depressing.
Momo/Jojo has a prior commitment, so
They had to leave for now.
For the
So we'll
sake
just say
of
that
context,
Momo has,
for the
Momo's
sake
just
of
passed
context,
out.
let's just say that Momo just passed out from whatever the fuck was going on.
yeah,
Just
From all the
too much
excitement.
stress.
from being flirted with by a mermaid.
Yeah.
He's beautiful.
I mean, same. Is there any way we could check if they have a key on them without being too invasive?
Roll for sleight of hand.
Let's have a look. See here. Not my strong suit. No, son of a bitch, go away. Sleight of hand, right at the bottom.
Wow.
Well,
Wow!
Son of a bitch.
You just like
Wow.
reach up,
I'm the
grab
gentlest killer
Momo,
there is.
and then shake Momo once, and the key just falls into your hand. The dwarf looks at this and is like, you know, honestly, that's kind of impressive. But, you know, you're getting into some weird things as a hobo. I don't judge.
Oh, you are funny, little man. And then just walks away with the key.
Great.
Does the key have anything on it, like a room number or anything?
No.
Does the whatchamacallit, the guy at the bar, actually own the place? Or is he just the bartender?
You don't know. Oh, wait, actually, yes, you do know, because you've been here. Yeah, that is the owner. That is the owner. His name is Tothdeer Duflane.
Alright, he stomps over there, goes over to Tothdeer and says, "Hey, Duflame."
How's it going, my man?
Same old, same old. The contestant was too scared to even show up. Anywho, which room is this key for?
Did you steal it or what? Because I don't remember giving you a room.
No, it is for Board. You sleep.
Looks around. Oh, hey, yeah. I think they were going to room 4 upstairs. In fact, all the rooms are upstairs.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, and then just I'll throw down a tip of like a silver piece or some shit.
Much appreciated, my friend.
That's 14, and I've got 9 left. 8. Okay.
Nice.
Back to the guys and just. Alright, this is for room 4 upstairs. Would you like to follow?
Seems like a good idea.
let's investigate.
Do.
All right, you head up the stairs. Zoop.
Don't invade some personal space. Do.
You are now
All the other tokens
upstairs,
are still there.
and all those tokens are actually totally downstairs. You guys, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine.
Coming.
Okay, room 4.
So
room
should we?
4.
What are we gonna do about the bird?
Just let it sleep. Tired little bird. Too much energy. Okay, let's have a look. Where is room?
Room
I'm
4
on the high numbers tonight.
Yeah, room
doing
4
very well.
is like immediately on your left as you go up those stairs.
Immediately on the left.
That's convenient.
8. Alright, here it is. Put in the key and turn it.
You open the door, it unlocks.
Beautiful.
Are there any lights in the room?
The lights are not turned on in the room.
I'm
And,
gonna wait.
Do any of you have a light?
Does Trevlon? I don't actually know if Trevlon smokes. He might have a pipe. Does he have a pipe? I need to check. Damn. I do not believe he. Do not believe he has any sort of thing that would be able to light up.
I don't need light to look around. If I can find a lamp, I'll light it for you lot.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, Corellian, you're a kobold. You're used to looking in the dark. You can see inside just fine. And inside, not only is there a lamp you can turn on, the place is ransacked.
Oh shit!
Don't touch
What do you see in there?
anything yet. So I will pick my way across and doing my best not to disturb anything, and I will light the lamp so
Great.
everyone else can see.
Excellent.
Yeah. You light the lamp, and yeah, it looks ransacked. There are drawers on the floor, a bunch of crates that have been pried open and emptied. Some papers have been scattered around and torn up. Yeah, this looks like hell.
Does it look like there was a struggle in the room, or?
Roll investigation.
Got it. Investigation. There it is.
Oh, Malifane.
Very nice.
Damn.
Yeah, you begin to look for signs of a struggle, and you spend all of your attention to detail on it from your many times spent people watching. There are no signs of a struggle. It looks like that despite all of this being like thrown everywhere, there was not a struggle. Thank you for the bits.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well, good news. It doesn't look like there was any harm.
Is there bad news?
The word harm.
Well, obviously the mentor isn't in here, so there is some bad news, and magically nobody else has seemed to notice that he's existed. So that's definitely not good news if you catch my drift.
Well, I must say, I will point this out. I do trust the bartender. He doesn't seem like the sort of person to lie for the sake of, well, what's the word? He doesn't seem like a bad guy. But I don't know if I could say the same for everybody else in this pub.
Well,
You might want to go ask around.
Of course.
well, not only that, but nobody at the festival had seen him either. And our bird friend arrived with said mentor, so either something incredibly fishy is going on, or some sort of incredible magic has managed to erase all mention of this fella from existence. Either way, not good.
That was too many words.
Basically,
Not good.
yeah,
Bad
that's
things.
it, basically.
That I understand.
Yes.
When we were walking in the bar, were there any especially grim-looking characters, so to speak?
Well, the pair arm wrestling, of those, the dwarf looked very intense and angry, and the elf just looked like so done with everyone around her.
Like, totally done.
Is there anything in the room that might give us any indication of where he is? Or is it just like...
Yeah, I want to take
Matt?
a closer look at stuff.
Well, with the natural 20, I am going to say that, like, the notes have broken bits and pieces of some language that none of you speak.
Right.
But there aren't, like, footsteps or drag marks or anything, so, like, as far as you know, something happened in this room, but it wasn't a struggle, and then no one left after entered.
You said there are notes in here?
Yeah, they're the ones that are covered in that script that you don't know.
Can I take one of them anyways?
Sure, yeah.
Alright.
Is there a window leading to the outside?
Yeah, there's a window. It's right over the desk.
Yeah. Can I take a look out there and see if maybe there was any sign of forced entry or something like that?
Sure. It's closed, and it doesn't appear to have been opened recently.
So either someone had the key or someone was home, or someone left the door open.
I think we might need to do a little bit of chatting, if you understand me.
Of course.
I mean, yeah.
Whatever you say, little man.
Where do you think we should start? Do you think those dwarves look like, the sort of people who would, well, cause a fuss
I mean,
in this caliber?
Regardless of what
Potentially,
they're
but-
doing, I don't think they're faking it.
I don't know if you could get a word in edgewise between the lot of them.
Okay,
If anything, the performer would have probably seen more than anyone else.
does anyone here speak Merrow?
No.
Not at the
But rude
moment.
to assume that they don't speak common.
Question: Does message work? How does message work exactly? 'Cause I'm just trying to see if I can.
You point your finger and then whisper something. So it's basically like whispering to people. And if you don't speak the language that they would understand, then message will not work.
Right then, I might as well give it a shot and see if the Merrow speaks common. They might be in a tank, but I can use message and possibly communicate with them. Is this upstairs or downstairs, by the way?
You are still upstairs.
Right. Trevlon moves across to the balcony over here looks down across the bartender and points his finger at the marrow.
Great.
And and message happens. And Trevlon asks, "Excuse me, madam, have you seen anybody enter a room and break in, so to speak? Anyone shady that might do something like that?"
I don't.
Also, don't. Yeah.
I don't talk to customers while I'm on the job.
Let me think. Can I cast persuasion, perhaps? Or not
Persuasion
cast,
is a skill.
roll persuasion.
Yeah, you can.
Right then.
Oh.
So would that be enough?
If I say no,
Where-
will you stop bothering me?
Definitely.
All right. And she just carries on dancing like nothing happened.
Well,
Well, what's the verdict?
Marrow doesn't seem to have seen anything.
Great.
So that leaves us with 2 people. The one's arm wrestling. And
And as you say that,
Yeah.
you hear a slam and then this loud dwarvish curse as the tavern erupts in like laughter and shouting.
Do I understand the curse?
Yes, it's very vulgar.
Oh my.
I
Oh,
mean,
oh, oh.
Elgaff runs over to the balcony to see what just happened. So be
The dwarf is moving away and sorry, hold on, let me fix that.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Oh my
you are now in
God.
the void. Enjoy.
oh no, not again!
No!
wonderful.
I can't go back to that prison.
Help! Help!
Zoop.
Here-
All right. It
There we
appears
go.
that the wild-haired, very muscular dwarf has just lost an arm wrestling match.
Oh no. How terrible.
Yeah. And he is, like, grumpily cursing alternatively at the other dwarves in the tavern, and then at the elf, who's just staring, and then back at the other dwarves, and then at anyone who's nearby, and then at the unconscious Momo, and then back at the elf, before just sitting down in a huff.
It's a very angry dwarf.
Yes.
I mean,
I-
do you blame him?
I mean, I don't. I mean, just got his pride wrecked.
Yeah.
Lord, I love this place.
I can imagine why. I decide to stand up next, to pull up a seat on the table he's sitting at and sit down, and I tip my hat to him and go, "Greetings, sir. I hope you're having a very nice evening so far."
Fuck off!
I don't mean. Oh shit! Right. He's immediately. I don't know if persuasion will make this any better. I don't mean any rudeness. I was just wondering if I could have a chat. Might cool your nerves down.
Fuck off!
Well, that's.
Only thing calming my nerves down is, and then he turns to the bar, Grog! And then Tufty to Flame nods, and then opens the door to the kitchen and yells, Grog! And you hear a grunt from the kitchen as someone starts rapidly making some grog.
If I buy you a grog, will you chat friendly with me?
Maybe.
If I buy you 2 grogs, will you chat friendly with me?
Maybe.
If your bar tab is on me, will you chat friendly with me?
I like this one! And then he just slams you on the back with a big, beefy arm. Like, not even the hand. He misses with the hand and just hits you square with the arm. And
Everything hurts.
and the other dwarves in the tavern cheer.
Right then, I'm glad to see that you have decided to be cordial with me. Now, the reason I wish to talk with you all friendly like is that, well, we have a friend who we are worried is in a bit of danger, and we're basically asking everyone in the tavern if they've seen anything.
I've seen something! And then he points at the mermaid. That nice piece of ass!
You misunderstand me, sir. Not something like that. I mean something more, well, grim, I should say. Someone that looks like they're out to harm as opposed to help.
Hey, thank you for the bits.
Thank you for the bit.
Thank you for the bits.
To harm? Do you know who I am, lad?
Worried that he might set him off if he says no, but also, like, I think I recognize you, but give me an introduction if you would.
I'm Durkon of the Wild Axe clan! Most wild clan of dwarves are gonna say! And then all the other dwarves let out a loud yell. We do nothing but harm and adventure! Mostly harm, I'm gonna be honest with you!
Well, tell me, what was the last thing you've harmed, if you wouldn't mind me asking?
I would have harmed her! He points over at the elf, and then she says, no, you didn't. Yeah, it was a close match! I beat you 3 out of 5. Yeah, I don't know about you. I'm pretty good at arm wrestling.
Well, have you harmed anyone before that?
You're asking me to list every single person I have harmed.
Just in this bar.
Just in this bar? Well, the night's still young, eh?
While he's going down that long list, I'm going to take my chance with the elf.
All right. Okay. Then, even though you did not ask for a list of people that he has harmed in general, he just goes launching off into this long list, Trevlon. And
Trevlon, for better or for worse, decides to note down anything that's...
all right. So, Malifane, you go over to the table, and the elf turns to look at you, but doesn't really say anything.
So, 3 out of 5, huh? Must have been a pretty easy victory.
Not a lot of people seem to really understand mage arm wrestling.
Mage arm wrestling.
That is what I said, yes.
Rather curious. Mind informing me?
You're rather curious about that, but not my name. How very interesting.
Oh, please. I'm terribly sorry. No, yes. Introductions are rather required, I suppose.
Right, then give me your name then.
Malifane, man.
Solana Vallejo. And then...
Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
This is what she looks like.
Yay!
Yay!
There's a picture.
It's art by Uprising!
Yay!
It looks so nice.
Very good.
So nice.
So nice. So pretty.
Very good.
Yes.
Alright, so, mage arm wrestling. It's like arm wrestling, but I am not a muscle-bound idiot like the dwarf. And then you turn to the dwarf, he's still just listing off people he has harmed. I'm a scholar and a magician. And then she holds up a hand, and a spectral blue hand appears. I wrestle with this.
So it's more a battle of the mind than it is of brawn.
Yes, exactly.
Very interesting. I take out my journal and I write this down. Ah, right. I'm sorry, I got carried away. So, anyways, I have a friend over there. I point towards the unconscious bird.
An Arakakra?
Arakakra, yes. And they're in a bit of a pickle. You haven't seen anything strange going on within the tavern lately, have you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Well, okay, I can see that you're, right. I'll just get going then. Thank you for your time. Backs away slowly.
And she just stares at you until you get a good distance away.
You have
Right.
an awful lot of luck with the ladies, don't you?
Yep.
It's a common habit. It's a common theme.
Quite unfortunate.
Good God, is he still going with that list?
Alright, that about covers last month. Now this month... he is still going with the list.
And with Trevon scribbling.
Yeah, none of the
Frantically.
names have been remotely related because, from what Momo has said, they've only arrived here recently, and none of those names would be his mentor.
Actually, did Momo ever say the name of the mentor?
I don't think Momo did. Shh.
Shit.
All right.
Just at this point, I hold Momo's shake as gently but vigorously as I can without harming. He's like, Bord, wake up, Bord.
Yeah, Bord wakes up, and then the mermaid swims back close to that edge of the tank, and Momo faints again.
Tavika stares at the mermaid really angrily.
And
Like,
then
just
she swims up to the top of the tank
such anger.
and leaps like at least 5 feet over the top of the surface before spinning in midair after just kind of hanging there and landing with a graceful splash. And the audience cheers as it seems like that's the end of her show.
Yeah, cheers, applause. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very inspiring.
So then she swims back up to the top of the tank, rests a hand on it, and then takes her other hand and touches this seashell necklace that's around her, well, neck, obviously. And then, as she does so, the necklace glows, and then her tail glows, and kind of splits into two, and when the glow fades, it's more human-like legs. So then she climbs over the side of the tank, and then slides down to the bottom.
She seems interesting.
Yes,
I will
interesting.
say hi.
Would it?
Hello. How? What?
She turns to stare at you and then rolls her eyes because, like, everyone in this room's been staring at her. And that includes Durkon, who interrupts. Okay, so this week I was harming. Oh, hang on a second there. And stares right at the mermaid. What is anyone gonna do?
Don't mean to interrupt, but you were saying?
I was saying, but then I got bored and started looking at something else. Later, you boring man! And then he gets up.
Okay. as he goes away, did Trevlon pick anything of importance out of that ramble?
No.
Right. I want it to be known that Trevlon had 4 bags when he came into this place under his eyes. He has 8 now.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Actually, I'd like Malifane. Can Malifane just roll insight to like think back and see if she actually meant anything that she said, or rather, any
yeah,
of those
sure.
like 3 words that she said?
Yeah, sure. Roll for disadvantage because all you've got to go on is yes and no and go away.
That works for me. Oh dear.
You have nothing to go on, basically. You have no idea if she was lying or not, but definitely with such short answers, she's definitely not trying to be talked to. You get the feeling that mostly she just wanted you to go away.
Wonder if she's hiding something,
There we
This
go.
is the-
Bends
this-
over.
or maybe she's just cold.
Tavika bends over a little bit just to get to head level, saying, "Lady, would you like to talk now?"
She then points to the side of her neck and then makes a hand going ba 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 like a mouth motion, and then like shakes her hand as it's flat.
Oh, mute.
She points to the necklace and then nods. That's okay, says Durkon, just like barging in right by you. I like women who don't talk.
Before he finishes that sentence, Tavika puts a hand over his ridiculously tiny face and just kind of throws him to the floor, like pathetically.
And the tavern goes silent as you push Durkon to the floor. He gets up and he yells, "Yes! Time to add another one to the list, boys!"
Oh, crap.
Just
And
gonna
then-
curse in Draconic.
And it's a bar fight now!
Oh,
Yay! Get
Oh,
that.
gosh.
I'd like everyone to
Right.
roll initiative.
Oh, boy.
No.
the song what I think it is?
No, it's Sirenscape.
No, it definitely isn't. Okay. For some reason, I thought it was the wrong number song.
All right.
Very confused.
I have not got the best in it. Oh, shitting hell! I didn't. That was interesting.
Oh wait, you need to click your token first before.
Yeah,
doing
you need
that
to
thing
click the
there.
token and then roll initiative. That way it shows up in the tracker.
Oh.
Yeet. Alright, there we go, that should do it.
If I open the tracker, yeah.
Do that, please.
There we go.
Thank you. Yeah.
Tasty.
Oh, so mine did. Wait,
I'm
what?
sorry.
Yeah,
You
roll
gotta actually
again.
Click on your token.
Yeah.
Roll
Yeah,
again.
click-
Okay.
Click
Sure.
your guy. Make sure he's clicked.
Yeah. Make sure he's clicked. You got
Wait,
it.
did the dwarf get a 0? Oh,
No, that's his default.
oh okay.
He
Oh,
rolled a natural
fuck.
20 for
well
initiative.
Son of a bitch. That'd be terrifying.
All right. So, first, the dwarves surrounding you, Thavagath. The one behind Durkan holds up his hands, so Durkan leaps onto him, and the dwarf throws him up in the air as he comes down for a flying elbow strike.
Oh damn.
All right, that is a 23 to hit.
And through the hits, I'm gonna go ahead and say, yeah, my armor class is 14. So
Okay.
that hits.
Then it slams right into your face, and you take 4 bludgeoning damage.
1, 2, 3, 4. Tasty.
All right, and then as you're distracted, another dwarf tries to grab you from behind. He rolled a natural 1, so what he ends up doing is like diving for you and smashing right up against the glass tank, and then falling unconscious because he's that damn drunk.
Amazing. Fucking outstanding.
Very good.
While the other one picks up a chair from the table and hurls it at you, Thavagath. That is a 20, yeah, that hits as well. And the chair slams into your back, and you take 6 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Meanwhile, the one over by you, Malifane, looks at the fight, looks at you, and goes right for you with the haymaker. 10. 10 to hit.
Now?
Malifane.
Armor class is 15.
Alright,
Yes?
you duck
Holy
out of
shit.
the way as he just like slams his fist up against the railing of the stairs and kind of rubs it like,
Ouch.
ah, son of a bitch! It is now Trevlon's turn.
Right. Noticing all of this sudden commotion happening in the bar, Trevlon is mighty concerned. Oh gosh. He decides to try and use vicious. I'm going to use vicious mockery on. I didn't actually get the angry dwarf's name.
Durkan.
Oh, I did actually. I just Durgan. There it is. I decide to use vicious mockery while his back is turned to either
Alright.
annoy or hurt him.
That is attack magic, so you'll have to roll stealth to make sure that Guglug doesn't catch it outside.
Oh yeah, you're right. Shit.
Yeah, no magic and weapons allowed in the tavern, guys.
Okay.
Good, but he used a chair.
That's
Yeah, that's not a weapon, that's a chair.
That's not a weapon. That's
I
that's an
got,
improvised weapon.
I got an 18.
Alright, you got an 18. So, depending on what you say to vicious mock him, I will let you know if Guglug hears it. Alright. Yeah, what do you mock him with, though?
All of your stories are equivalent to, say, me going into a nice field and, well, I kick a pig in the face, and that's all I do. You are the opposite of heroic. You are terrible.
Like, okay, yeah, Guglug does not hear that. And,
Shit.
like, Durkan just kind of hears, did you hear something? Nah, and then he just goes back to wailing on Thavagath.
No, that was worth the shot.
Yeah, Thavagath, it's your turn.
You tried,
better
that's
at
all that
insulting.
matters.
I have
Yes.
to get better at insulting, holy shit.
Yes, you do. Alright. Fucking, what can I do here? Looking through some stuff. just constant. Gonna. This is rage thing.
Rage.
Something you should.
Rage is the barbarian's bread and butter. Like, if you're not raging, you're probably doing something wrong.
Well, fuck yeah, let's do that tasty ragey boy.
Alright.
Ah.
So, having been challenged to an impromptu wrestling match, you fly into a ferocious barbarian rage. What do you do?
What's the angry one's name again?
Durkon.
Durkon. I take as much of a running start as I can and then kick Durkon in the fucking face.
Alright, you're going for the flying drop kick. Roll strength.
Strength.
That's a strength save.
Oh wait, that's a save. Sorry. Yeah, whoops. There we go. Son of a bitch, really?
Alright.
Wow.
So, as you back away from Durkon, he sees the move coming and, like, kind of pushes you to the side, so you kick the tank instead. That
That's
is
disappointing.
your turn.
Really? How long does rage last?
For 1 minute, so, like, that's 10 rounds.
Okay, cool.
Most D&D battles are over in 3, so... Malifane!
Oh gosh. Okay.
If you can
Is
heal.
there like a small space to crawl under?
You can, that'll provoke an opportunity attack.
Shit. Let's see. Right. I use my shield, and by shield I mean I walk behind Corellian and use them as a meat shield.
Great! You will take an attack of opportunity.
Okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna try and sucker punch. Malifane is just gonna attempt to sucker punch him.
Great, roll strength.
Great. Yeah, this isn't gonna go horribly. Strength. Okay. Yeah, here we go.
I rolled a fucking 4.
Wow.
You go for a mighty punch, and then hit on the dwarf's muscles, which is so hard, you hurt yourself, and you're like... You know that part in cartoons where you just hop up and down holding your throbbing fingers like, ow, 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 ow? That is you. You take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Well, that's half of my health.
Well, Corellian, you just saw Malifane epically fail.
Wonderful. Well, I'm going to move into range, and I am going to probably attempt to knock this dwarf prone and grapple him.
Alright. Roll athletics to grapple.
Okay, because I have pack tactics, is that just attack rolls?
Let me double check pack tactics.
Okay, it says advantage on an attack roll, so I didn't know
Yeah,
if this
attack
counts
roll.
or not.
Grapple's not an attack roll.
Sure, so athletics, yeah?
Alright. He seems like he's more of a trained wrestler than you, so he just, like, pushes aside your hands as you grab for him.
Wonderful. Sure.
So great, is that your turn?
God, these guys are way too powerful, man.
These are amazing drunken bar wrestlers, and it is now their turn.
Oh no.
Alright,
None of you heal me. I hate you.
I can.
Durkon, seeing as you've flown past him, attempts to grab you, Thavagath. That is a 20, so he's got a hold of you.
Son of a...
And then, the dwarf behind the one that just fell over by smacking the water cooler, goes behind you, and since you're grabbed, he attempts to go for a tag team! 15. What is your armor class again? 14?
Me?
14.
Yeah, 14.
14! Yeah, alright, they team up and deliver a suplex upon you!
Oh, Christ.
Wait, is that me or Trevor? I'm sorry.
Upon you, Thabagath.
Oh, delicious.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much?
Unfortunately, they kind of get in each other's way, so it doesn't hurt as much. You take 3 damage. Bludgeoning damage.
Yay, my favorite.
Alright. Then, the dwarf behind Durkon, seeing that he can't really get in on this pile of dwarf and Goliath, turns around and sees you, Trevlon,
No, don't do this,
and
man.
goes running at you for a clothesline.
Oh, God. Alright.
And he
give us a
rolled
roll then,
2.
buddy.
I think you're fine.
I don't, like...
You don't even have to move and the hand just goes right over you.
I just duck whilst I'm still sitting down, and it just misses. Beautiful.
Beautiful. That is so beautiful.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, just for flavor text, how is Momo just getting through all of this?
Comically.
Who the
So
heck-
I
who the heck
guarantee you that
attacked
once the
me?
fight's over, Momo's gonna wake up and like, hey, what did I miss, guys?
Give me
Hell of
that
a time
one
to
scene.
pass out.
But that one scene from the last of the Star Wars prequels where Jar Jar for some reason manages to fuck up a bunch of guys. That's effectively what Momo's doing.
That's what it is. Alright, Trevlon, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna roll stealth again and see if I can do magic.
Okay.
Stealth. Here we go! Don't fuck it up now! That could be a very bad fuck up, depending.
You get the feeling Godglug will definitely hear that.
Shit.
God damn it, you killed me. Fuck.
Fuck it. Alright. I've got this guy next to me. I might as well politely tell him to sit down with my fists. I'll just punch this man who's wonderfully missed his clothesline.
Nice. Alright, roll strength.
Roll strength. Oh, this isn't gonna be good.
That's the strength save.
Well,
Oh, that's a strength save, I see. How the fuck do you actually roll proper strength? Is it just...
just click on strength.
Click
Yeah.
on the box.
Oh. I
And
see.
just pray to whatever's up there that you don't get what I got.
Here we go. Better than nothing, I guess.
Yes!
Hold on, sorry. Little glitch in the matrix, don't worry about it.
Gotcha.
Not again!
Alright, so that is an 11. That will hit.
Nice.
What is your... Oh wait, strength modifier is 0, so I'm just gonna go ahead and roll and say you, like, headbutt him right in the dick. Or punch him in the dick, whatever you want to do. You hit him right in the dick, and he
I'll
collapses in a pile.
just kick him in the dick. I'm already sitting down.
Yeah,
Use
kick
his
him
legs.
in the dick, and he just collapses into a pile.
Beautiful. Very good. Oh, I'm happy about that. I decided to stand up after this, knowing that my job is done.
Your job is done.
Yes.
Alright. Savaga, you are currently grappled by dwarves.
Half again.
Savaga.
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry. Yes, sorry.
There he
internet
is.
fucked up. Yes. What's up? My turn?
You're grappled
Yes.
by dwarves.
You are being grappled by dwarves.
My favorite. Are they on my back or on my front?
Well, I mean, Durkan is right on your front, and the guy who helped suplex is behind you, but, like, he doesn't have that good a grip on you.
Okay. I'm just gonna start flail punching, like, as much as I can at those two.
Right, roll strength. Great, yeah,
That's what
you
the fuck I'm
definitely
talking about.
hit. You, like, which one do you want to hit, Durkan or the one behind you?
Durkan probably seems like the one to do most damage,
Durkan,
so yeah. Durkan.
great. Roll 1d8 plus 4 because you are a wrestler and this is what you do.
1d8. So, there we go. Oh, tasty.
Great. Like, your barbarian rage just uppercuts Durkan and sends him flying off you into the tank. So he just lands in there with a splash, and then, Trevlon, you get soaked, and so does the dwarf you just kicked in the nuts.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah.
I'm cool with
It's
this.
fine, don't worry about it.
Okay with the events currently proceeding?
Malifane! You still got a
Right!
dwarf.
If I distracted him, could I stealth my way out of this?
Good luck, but you can certainly try. How do you want to distract
I am
him?
afraid. Let's see. Let me think about this for a second. Okay, so I just faintly look around, and I look to him, and I look to the mermaid, and I point to the mermaid and say, "Look, the mermaid is now singing."
Roll deception.
Singing?
Roll deception. Okay. This is gonna do so well.
I have such hope.
He believes you. He turns around and is like, she can sing! And then looks around at the mermaid.
I just want to stealth over to like another, or run, like quietly sneak over to like another area that isn't going to get me killed.
Alright,
Boy, oh boy.
Which
I'm
one is
glad to
that?
have this character with me.
Let's just say, I don't know, closer to where the elf is, I suppose, where Sylvan is?
Solana.
Solana, thank you.
Alright, yeah, go for it. Yeah, he doesn't get an opportunity attack, he's looking the other way.
Thank you. I don't got nothing else. I end my turn. I play one card face down.
So Solana just stares at you and then takes a sip of her mug of beer. Corellian!
So, how are you doing?
Corellian, it's your turn.
Well, while this dwarf is distracted, I'm just gonna go in with a punch if I can.
Great, roll strength with advantage. Because he's distracted.
Wonderful.
Nice! Yeah, you just sock him in the back of the head.
Awesome.
And I'm just going to say... Oh yeah, I just rolled max damage for the punch, so you just, like, sock him and he falls against the floor, right on his face.
Very
I
good.
slowly turn and give Malifane the biggest death stare I can muster.
Alright.
Malifane just shrugs.
So,
and gives like a meek smile of weakness. Like,
Absolutely not.
so the last dwarf looks around, sees the raging barbarian, sees 3 of his comrades just on the floor, slowly getting up in pain, sees a soaking wet Durkon slowly climbing out, and says, "Fuck this!" and then
Good
bolts.
choice.
He
thank
runs out the door, and then as the other dwarves get up and notice him running, they follow suit. Then Durkon sees them all running and is like, "Oh, come on, you wee bitches! Don't you want to fight?" And then he sees he's vastly outnumbered. "Well, let it not be said I didn't hurt you this day! Durkon of the Wild Ox clan will have revenge!" And then he also runs out.
Feck off.
no.
If I ever see that man again, I will, like, I don't know, I don't want to think about what I'm going to do to him, but it will not be pleasant. It'll be strong words.
There will be very strong words.
Hopefully stronger than those insults.
I am not used to insulting people, okay? I am
Just insult their mothers, or their families, or their clan, and it's easy. Dwarves are easy to insult.
I'm a
Are they
reporter,
now?
not an insult man.
Imply their sister has an ugly beard. Easy.
Alright, so, as the fight ends, Toftier peeks out from hiding behind the bar, and just claps wildly for you. "Bravo! Bravo for these brave adventurers! Drinks are on the house!"
Nope.
Alright,
Oh, yeah,
drinks are on the
let's
house
offer
for everyone
a
but that
thumbs up.
guy!
I'll have his drink.
Sounds great!
Wonderful.
That man, did that fella, the dwarf that was angry and just ran, pay for any more?
No!
Well, then I'm not drinking.
Well, alright, fair enough.
Right,
Yeah.
well, what are we?
He sets some drinks on the table and just kind of like tries to wave you over, but it's chaotic in the tavern, so you may or may not see it.
Where is the Merrow right now, by the way?
She was just kind of hanging back and watching, and she tries to give a thumbs up with her webbed fingers. It doesn't really look right, but she's trying.
I'm gonna take my second drink and offer it to her, actually.
She turns the thumbs up to you, nods, and then just like chugs. Like, you would not expect someone this slender to be able to chug down a drink that fast.
Just the nod of admiration, like, damn.
All right, she puts down the mug, throws it onto the table, wipes her mouth, then gives a nod and heads for the door.
Sounds good.
Well, we have found at least 0 things in terms of evidence so far, so that's good. And Trevlon sort of rubs his temple, very tired.
Well, that was fun.
Tough Deer to Flame is still frantically waving.
Well,
Oh,
let's
hold
go
on
over.
1 second. Okay. I assume Constitution is the one I need to roll to try and drink all of these as fast as possible before.
Actually, yes. Because
no.
he's
was
brought out
suspected.
this special. Thavagoth, you recognize this as the titular fiery grog. It's this awful smelling greenish black viscous liquid that is top tier special recipe. It's spiced rum and then a whole bunch of other shit that he says he picked up in his travels. And then it is set on fire before being served.
Reminds me of my mother. Okay. So, dexterity
Mother was
saving?
on fire.
No. Yeah, it's set on fire for flavor and then the fire goes out and then it's served.
Oh, Constitution saving as well.
Constitution save. Yeah, you
Really? With a 5 modifier?
you chug down that first mug of fiery grog, and talk to you not approvingly. You always could put them down. Now listen. You fought well out there. You fought well, except maybe the half elf. Maybe not him, but the rest of you fought very well. Tell me,
I can kick a dick.
So I just kind of glares at the half elf real quick. Just,
you've
I mean, if you... go ahead, sorry.
No, you go ahead. Sorry.
I mean, if you want somebody kicked in the dick really good, then I can... Apparently.
I mean, if you can reach down there, that's great. That's what I need. See, you probably saw the sign, right? And he points to the wanted monster exterminator sign.
We did?
Great. I'm the one who put up the sign. Yes, hi, hello, it's me. And I'm just looking for some seasoned adventurers to slice some terrible beasts. And at this, everyone else at the counter just starts snickering into their mugs.
Terrible beasts, you say?
Yes, terrible, awful beasts, like monstrous beasts. They're infesting this place.
Like...
What exactly are the beasts?
There are rats in my basement. And then the rest of the patients just burst out laughing.
I fucking called it.
No, wait.
Holy shit.
Don't leave. These aren't your ordinary rats. These are not your average rats. They are smarter than the average rats. They are big and mean, and they're dire. They've got lifeless eyes. These black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Charlie just chokes on their ale.
Do they look like sharks?
No. I don't think you would be able to confuse a rat with a shark.
Got it. Okay, second question. Your cellar, basement, whatever it is.
Yep.
Is there only one entrance?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just the one.
Well, I would personally be actually quite happy taking a look down there.
Great.
If I happen to take care of some rats on the way down, I'd be happy to do so.
Sure.
Yeah,
Why
sure.
not?
Until Bard wakes up, we can't really help as much.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, what are we gonna do about him?
Oh, don't worry. He'll be
Just
fine.
keep him perched on the shoulder. He'll be
Here,
fine.
you look after Bard. Put behind counter, and I just hand Momo to Marcella as if it was like as if it was some kind of turnip.
Toffee
There.
tries to hold
Look
Momo,
out.
but Momo's obviously too heavy for a little gnome, and he's just kind of like, whoop! But
Oh no.
he's fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. All right.
As we walk off, I just do that thing where is it like 2 fingers at the eyes, to them, to the back, and just look after Bard. Look after.
Great. So, right. So anyway, now that I'm holding your friend here for safekeeping. Oh gosh, that sounds awful when I say it like that. I sincerely apologize.
Don't, you know what? Don't even worry about it.
Listen. You're probably saying, oh, what's in it for me? Why should I go down and kill people in the basement? Well, they're not people, they're
Not
rats, first
people?
off. Yeah, they're not people,
Okay.
they're rats. I apologize. Second of all, 20 gold. if you kill the rats.
20 gold.
20 gold.
That is a lot of gold.
Yeah, it is. I'm a very successful businessman.
Well, I'm sold. Gotta be honest, I'm doing it. If anybody else wants some.
Sure,
I mean,
I'm in.
I
Sure.
suppose.
Great.
Now, will you actually be of any help down there, little elf?
Half elf, thank you.
Whatever.
Well, more helpful than up here, I trust. Are any
Look.
of you lot hurt?
Actually,
Yes.
that's a good point.
Should we just
Excuse
rest?
me. That's probably a wise idea.
I mean, if you want to take a quick break, sure, that's fine. You can heal up because these are nasty, nasty rats. They bit me once. It was awful. It hurt.
Yeah, rat bites tend to do that. I'm glad to see you're still among the living.
So am I. So am I. I got a lot of living I still plan to do.
How many rats have you seen down there last you checked?
Last time I checked, I think there's like 3 or so.
So, alright. Appreciated. So, short rest, I guess?
Short rest.
Great. You take a short rest. This will let you spend your hit dice to recover hit points. And I don't think any of you have any resources that are recovered by a short rest, unless Rage is? I think Rage is long rest. Yeah, Rage is long rest.
So we want to have a long rest or a short rest then?
Short rest? I mean, do we really want to spend
Is it really-
8 hours fucking about?
Yeah, just 8 hours in this fucking tavern would be a long rest.
Hmm.
I think
Alright.
we can handle a short rest.
Okay, what's my hit die? Got 1
Barbarians have a D12 for a hit die, so.
Yeah.
D12. Bitchin'. Wow.
Wow!
Holy shit.
Oh,
That is-
gosh.
Fuck. Okay, I'm at 3.
Can I roll stealth again?
For
For healing,
think you
are you
need
saying?
to.
Yeah, if you're not attacking,
Yes.
you don't need to roll stealth.
All right. Well, I want to. Well, this is for healing word, mind you. Actually, yeah. So I don't need to stealth it.
Oh shit.
Great, yeah, you're all
Okay.
healed up.
nice.
Nice.
Great. So then, Trevlon speaks a holy word of healing, and Thavagath, it goes over to you and you heal 5 more hit points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you.
Oh, well.
If there's one thing I know how to do, it's to make people good about them.
He is a journalist, after all.
Mm.
I mean,
Gotta know how to use that flowery language.
All right.
well, shall we?
So, you head down towards the cellar.
Yeah.
What is your marching order?
Well, I can see in the dark, so I might as well go first, yeah?
I trust that.
I mean, I can see in the dark, but I'd still rather bring a source of light anyways.
Well, you can organize that. I'll just draw my war pick and be off first.
Great. So it's Corellian and
These are candles
Okay.
on the table, I assume.
They're lamps. Yeah,
Can I do it? Do you mind if I take one of these lamps?
I do. I very much do, actually.
Well, there goes that.
Well, do you have any you can spare?
Alright, Doug.
I'll
go second.
Like, I don't think so. If I do, they would be in the cellar, and well, that's where the rats are.
Look, mate, we are only going to borrow these lamps for a little bit. We are going to put them right
I
back
mean-
where they are.
Good luck arguing that with the people sitting there.
Oh, is there anybody sitting at my table?
Just assume there are people packing the place, even if there's no token.
Isn't there
Right.
isn't there a lamp up in the room that we could go take?
You know what? Just let me just write something down quickly. I might be able to manage without.
Well, I will. You know what? I will go back into the room we were just looking through and bring the lamp from there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's used that.
You go up there and you get a lamp.
Yes, I shall bring that with me.
You now have a lamp.
Yes, I
Hey.
have the lamp.
You can add it to
Sweet.
your inventory.
The lamp is now going to be added to my inventory, and it is going to stay there until I do not need it anymore.
Well, once you have everything lit, let's go.
Great. So,
Right?
So it's Corellian in front. That is all the marching order I got.
Okay,
suppose
Corellian,
for
I'd probably
stealth
say Trevlon
purposes.
should go next, and then I'll go. Just because of the light.
Hmm.
Then I'll go after that, and Malafane, you can go after that.
I mean,
Sound good?
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, who has a higher passive perception? Because it might benefit if we have them in the front.
What's a passive perception?
You're right, metagaming. I'm sorry.
I like the order
Alright.
we're in. Let's do that.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you head downstairs into the cellar. And down there, you see 3 giant rats. One's kind of squeaking at the others, and then the other 2 are rolling a wine barrel towards the back wall. They hear you.
What?
They hear you as you come down, and they squeak angrily.
Oh,
They're the rats.
Roll initiative.
Rats. They're
Got it.
The rats.
We pray
No.
at night. We stalk at night. With
Okay.
the rats.
Alex, if you put in a giant rat that makes up all of the rules joke in here, I will kiss you in real life. Understand this.
Pucker up.
Pucker up, boy.
Oh shit! I forgot to touch my character. I'll roll again. Here we go.
Right.
Damn.
nice.
And
Very,
here we go.
very quick question. Which rat was the one that was telling the other rats?
Bottom right rat.
Wait, what about it?
That's the one that was squeaking at the others, saying basically, "I'm the giant rat that makes all the rules."
Oh, so much hate.
All right. Malafane, weren't you in the back?
You're right, I was.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stay there.
Malafane, what do you do? There are rats.
God damn it! Why am I? Right. I'm going to maintain a safe distance from the group. Pull out my arrow. Pull out my bow, rather. I'm going to take the arrow and put it in the bow. That is to say, and take aim at one of the rats. So let's say the one that's directly in front of me.
Okay.
So yes. Okay. So roll the weapon and.
All right. You take an arrow and shoot it directly at the rat, and it just goes
Nice.
right through the thing. Roll damage.
Excellent. All right. Roll damage. I apologize. Which is to roll the damage
Click on the word short bow in the chat on the right.
Should go on the right. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there. Great. You let loose an arrow, and it just kind of catches the rat and carries it along, slamming it against the back wall and pinning it there, dead.
Well, there's one use.
Hell of a shot.
Much obliged.
Corellian.
Sure. I am going to move forward, not quite within range, and I'm going to bang my war pick against my shield in order to distract the rats as my racial traits.
Okay.
Holy
So
Holy
that
god,
will-
these rat noises, by the way.
Yeah.
I know. Freaky.
So until the end of my next turn, all of you lot have advantage against these rats.
Advantage, you
Sweet.
say?
Yes.
Great.
Excellent.
And that will be my turn.
All right. The rats look very angry at you as you just make this bunch of noise, and they were having a perfectly good time rolling a wine barrel. I mean, that's very rude of you to interrupt them. Trevlon, it's your turn.
It is my turn. I am going to go right up and pull out my rapier, actually, which I've had sort of in my or like attached to me as like a little thing.
You just kind of have it. It's fine.
Yeah. I pull it out and I go for a slice with one of the rats.
Great.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Which one? Move up to one of them, please.
Oh yes. Bam. This one here.
Great. Okay, so,
Phil.
You.
By the way, oh no, Phil.
Oh no, Phil.
Oh no,
Into
Phil.
the void! No!
All right, so you technically have advantage, but that is enough to hit it. So roll damage.
Right. Bada bing.
Bada bing. All right, you just kind of go up to it and poke at it with the rapier, as it's screeching at Corellian, and then it just gets poked in the side and goes ah, and you get the feeling that said the rat equivalent of what the fuck, man.
Oops.
Great, that rat is now wounded. Is Phil back from the void? Phil is not back from the void, and it's his turn. Shit.
Where has Phil gone?
Why is the Phil gone?
Phil, no! Kratos, why?
Yeah. Kratos, it's a battle. It's the thing you're good at. Come on.
He's too busy worrying about his son.
Boy.
Boy,
Why?
learned.
These rat noises are something else.
These
I
are
will
amazing
say.
rat noises, holy Christ.
Yeah.
I pride myself in screaming rat noises from Sirenscape.
I mean, it is a thing of beauty.
Any idea where Phil went?
No.
Into the void, obviously.
Well, yes, apart from the void.
Oh, okay.
We'll just ping him a few times. see
Where?
if
Oh,
he
where has Phil gone?
shows
Oh,
up.
and Phil
Oh,
is
yeah.
just completely offline.
He's offline. Oh god,
Oh,
his
shit.
computer probably crashed.
Yeah, the internet is, I believe, completely dead for Phil. So,
Wonderful.
I guess I will say, Thabagath is terrified of rats and does not move on his turn.
Too small. Do not like.
Yeah. And now it is the turn of the giant rats who make all the rules. And to see what kind of trouble they get themselves into, Corellian, since you're the one banging, they go right up to you. And they try to bite you. That rolled off the table. 23 and 20 to hit.
Okay.
All right, both of the rats hit you, and they just kind of like gnaw on your thighs. You take 3 piercing damage from the first one, and then 4 piercing damage from the other one as they just kind of bite into you where your armor isn't quite as thick.
Well, that can hurt.
Malifane, it's your turn.
Right, so I see my party member being attacked. With advantage. Oh, that is not the arrow. I'm going to take advantage of sneak attack, and I'm going to walk up to one of them and attack it with my rapier. So
Okay.
let's do that. Alright, rapier.
Yeah, you definitely hit it. You go to the rat that's sandwiched in between Trevlon and Corellian and thrust your rapier at it. Roll damage. Oh yeah, that rat is
Plus-
basically obliterated by now. It's just like you
Don't
hit
even
it,
need to use sneak attack.
and then it slides down your rapier.
Ugh.
The other rat sees this happening, looks at the wine barrel and then at its dead friends, and then it just kind of bolts away. It goes back behind some wooden crates towards the back corner and is gone.
Ooh.
So we're gonna chase after it, right?
Oh yeah, that thing is not getting away.
Thaf, you coming?
Our way through.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looks a bit.
I'm
Yeah.
very scared. I don't think I should go close to that.
Very good. Before we move on, I'm allowed spell slots. I'm allowed to use the same spell twice as long as it's just like being used like with
Yes.
the slots. Yeah. Right. I'm gonna do my another healing on Corellian. Bada bing.
Bada bing. All right.
4.
Thavagath speaks. Not Thavagath. Sorry. Trevlon speaks once again about, hey, don't worry about it. And then you feel better and worry about it a little less.
I look a little surprised, but I definitely appreciate it. Thank you. And I
Alright.
will definitely search the room.
Good idea.
Great. All right. You investigate the room. There's like a crate in the upper left corner, the wine barrel they were rolling, conveniently not pictured, and then a pile of crates in the lower right corner.
What's in front of the wine barrel, if I may ask?
In front of the wine barrel, rat corpses.
Yes. Well, as in like that direction.
That direction. Oh, that's where the crates are.
Oh, is it just where the crates are?
Yeah.
Well, let's try and move these out of the way, yeah?
Yeah, I feel like they need to be moved.
Great. You spend a couple minutes moving the crates, and then, as you do, that thing disappeared. It should not be an obstacle anymore. Let me
Nice.
actually open that up.
Oh, hey.
Whoa.
Wow.
You
Wasn't
look
expecting that.
you look past, and then you see this is clearly not part of the cellar. That looks like a natural cavern, and it goes on for quite a while. You hear like the faint sounds of water and squeaking from way, way deep within the cavern.
I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna go out on a limb and say this wasn't here before.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this needs thorough investigation.
Well, into the caverns we go. Before we do, can I take a peek in some of the crates? I'm just curious.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's bits and bobs, like empty bottles, some lamps, like faded signs saying "Ask about our the Fiery Grog Challenge." Nothing really that valuable down here.
All right. My curiosity has been satisfied. I am content to move on when you lot are ready.
Very nice.
You are moving on without Thavagath and Momo?
No, I don't. I personally don't want to do that. Like, just like, I feel like we'd do much better if we had actual muscle with us.
Well, I
And-
mean, yes. When I said when you lot are ready, I meant you lot.
Ah,
The whole lot. The collective lot.
I see. Well, that seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I suppose so.
At the very least, maybe we could go report to our lovely bartender and let him know there's a bit of an incursion in his cellar.
That seems very wise.
Sure.
All right.
Hey, Thaf, you coming or?
Yeah, sure. I'll be right there. You go back upstairs, and then Top Deer eagerly turns to you and says, "So, how'd it go?"
You might have more. Yeah.
More of them? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean more of them? I thought there were just the 3.
Well, okay. It's less. There are more of them, and there
Have you
is more
considered
than just
have you
rats.
considered renovations?
They
Um,
did their
Yeah.
own personal back door into your cellar.
They did
Yeah.
There's
There is a
tunnel-
hole. Yeah.
All right. Top Deer runs down to check, and then he runs back up and says, "Holy shit! That's not a hole. That's an actual cabin. That's been there for a while. There's an actual cabin under my establishment."
You
So
knew
you were
about.
aware
You
of
knew
that?
about it.
No, I didn't. I don't think anyone knew about this. This is gonna bring in a whole bunch of people. Holy shit! People are gonna be like, "Oh, there's a dungeon. They're going to be investigating," and oh god, they're going to be investigating.
Well, don't advertise it quite yet. We
Right.
still have to find the last rats and make sure it's safe for your patrons, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Listen,
have
listen.
a job to do, and we shall do it thoroughly.
Listen. Here's the deal, okay? 20 gold for going through a whole cavern. That doesn't seem right, especially since it's a cavern, and I don't want you guys also talking about it. So, if you keep on the hush hush, 100 gold, 100 gold for all of you. Like, not all of you get 100 gold. 100 gold is split between all of you. You know?
That's 25. That's 25 each.
Are you not paying Momo?
Oh, yes, no, you're right. That's 20 each. There we go. Got the math wrong.
That
He's a
seems
Bird is so small you didn't see him.
Sorry.
reasonable enough.
The bird is the John Cena here.
Yeah. I'd say that seems reasonable enough. Of course, if we run into any significant trouble, we'll let you know.
Okay. I will say this though. This is way cool. I'm gonna come right out. I'm a journalist. Hi. I would only report about something if it was totally cool with the person who actually owns the thing. But I'll say this: that hole is a big story. I can pay for it.
You are killing me, Smalls. You are killing me. All right, 200 gold. Final offer for you to just not tell anyone about this and just deal with it.
Tavagath blinks, not realizing that he just made a sweeter deal for them. And just
Tavagath? Now
I'm
you're
good at names.
Trevlon.
Trevlon blinks. There we go. It's the 2 T's, man. Trevlon blinks, realizing that he has just made the deal sweeter for everyone, and just goes, yeah, all right, sure.
Right,
Okay.
sounds wonderful. We'll keep Mr. Journalistic integrity in line.
Right, perfect. I knew I could count on you. And then, Malifane, as everyone's talking, you feel a tap on your shoulder. And then as you go to look, you see the spectral hand that Solana's been casting to arm wrestle, and it gestures towards all of you, and then points towards her table. She just doesn't appear to be looking at you.
We will we'll deal with the whole very in a hot minute, so to speak.
Right, I
just
hope you do it
excuse us.
soon. Please.
Yeah, we'll do it. We will do it.
You're
But
right back.
we'll be right back. Yeah.
Great.
What is it?
Are the rest of you
So,
not coming?
Yeah. Oh, we're coming.
Yeah.
Give me a second to scroll over.
Oh, look, it's me, Thabagath. I'm also going over there because I'm here and my internet didn't die.
Oh no.
Oh, this is gonna be great.
Wherever Phil is right now,
Yeah.
he will be thrilled.
Phil, if you're
Tickles
somehow
to
watching
bits.
this, so sorry.
I'm not.
I apologize.
Well,
I
yeah.
apologize for nothing.
I couldn't help but overhear you talking. There's a cavern of some kind under here?
That's
Yeah.
right. It
Not
was.
officially.
You can trust me, I know when to keep my mouth shut. And then she looks for
Fair
more
enough.
affirmation. There's a cavern there.
You seem an intelligent sort. I'll let you lot talk.
I am indeed. For those of you who have not met me, my name's Solana Vallejo. I'm, normally I wouldn't be anywhere near for lack of a better term, a dump like this. But I'm actually here on important business. My grandmother Emiria disappeared in this area long ago. She was a scholar like me and came here on a secret mission but never came back. I went here because I want to find out what happened to her. And honestly, this is my best lead.
Why
Were
would she
there
be
any
here?
Well,
odd circumstances around her disappearance, other than it being a disappearance, of course?
None that I know of, none that my mother would tell me. All that I know is that she went to Port Mirandu, and allegedly there was some kind of tunnel system under there.
And they never came back.
Well, obviously not, otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Trevlon has a sort of brief moment of looking back at the bar where Momo is, and he strokes his little beard, and he looks at Talana and goes, "Presumably you'd want to come with us then."
Presumably, yes. But I'm also meeting someone here, and I don't want to be, late for that because it's a very important business meeting. That's why I'm sending you. You're more expendable.
That's polite of you.
It's more honest than polite, but how would
I
we...
was-
Well, yeah, I would much rather be honest than lie to your faces.
I appreciate
I respect that.
But how would we know if we found something belonging to your grandmother? Is there anything we should be looking for in particular?
I'd be able to identify any of it. If you bring it back here, I could identify her easily. Like her handwriting, anything she had when she went out.
Alright. We'll keep an
think we
eye
could
out.
manage that.
Although, depending on how extensive said system may be, there's no guarantees we'll find anything on our first foray after all.
But we'll do our best.
That's all I ask. And, like I said, 50 gold if you manage to find anything. And it appears that Phil's internet is back online.
He's alive!
He's alive!
Quick, get in one last word before he comes back as his own character.
Hello, it's me. I'm still alive. I'm deathly terrified of rats, and I intend to continue this trait as you go into a dungeon filled with rats.
We're the rats.
What are your thoughts on the stock market?
I really think we're in a bear market. We should keep buying things. It can only go up from here.
Just keep buying things.
Buy some stuff!
Buy some stuff!
Buy some stuff!
Okay.
We don't want to kill Walrus's voice.
Alright, so, with that said, since we're 2 players out before you go into the next dungeon, and this is where I wanted to stop the session, I would say this has been a pretty good first session of Dungeons and Douchebags Fallen Empires.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
we got things done. Characters were introduced.
And nobody died.
Nobody died yet.
I didn't manage to come up with a consistent accent for my character, but that's okay.
Oh well.
You're working on
Another
it.
session will get there one day.
I didn't turn into a raging demon. I mean, what?
Alright,
What?
so, for experience points, for getting things done at the Fiery Grog Tavern and fighting off the wrestlers plus negotiating, you get 50 experience.
Yeah.
That works for me.
Wonderful.
And for just general roleplay, 50 more experience.
Yeah.
Double wonderful.
All right.
Double 50, double fun times.
Alright. Thank you everyone for joining us. If you are watching us live on YouTube or Twitch, you will see us in the post show in a few minutes. If you're watching the recorded version that goes up on YouTube as a video, which has like slightly better audio balancing, then you won't see us in the post show because fuck you. You should have seen us live.
Ooh.
Don't. Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
Oof. All right. Have a good night, afternoon, morning, everybody. Bye-bye.
Take care, all. Bye.